Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures. Little change this morning. We were in positive territory, kind of coming back to the downside ever so slightly. A day after the S&P closed at an all-time high for the first time since way back in February, capping off its pretty impressive recovery off the lows we saw in March from the pandemic. Both the NASDAQ and the Dow also solidly higher on the day yesterday, up about 0.2% each, even as investors kind of continue to monitor negotiations between Democrats and Republicans in Washington over the possibility of a second round of COVID-related stimulus. We're watching Target shares this morning trading higher in the pre-market. What a move that stock has had after earnings. We'll touch on that. Home improvement retailer Lowe's also higher in the pre-market after its latest quarterly results. Airlines are moving this morning. Looks like the U.S. and China going to open up the ability for airlines to make more trips back and forth between the two countries. It is Wednesday, August 19th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. There's a look at Asian markets from the overnight session. You can see Chinese markets, both of them, Shanghai and Hong Kong, the only ones in negative territory. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are looking so far. Nice positive board here right across all of these markets. Italy leading the way 2 days in a row there. We'll shift over to North America and see how things are shaping up. As I mentioned, little change so far. We are coming back to the downside as far as the NASDAQ is concerned. TSX futures here in Toronto, little change so far. Brazil open up slightly, 0.4%. Bitcoin back to the downside today. We have crude oil lower ahead of inventory numbers coming out at 10:30 this morning, and gold also in negative territory so far this morning. Gold, yeah, back to the downside. Record high again earlier in the week. We're back to the downside again for gold, guys. More earnings to get to this morning. Should be an exciting one so far today.
Yeah, 100%. In an absolute disappointment, it looks like Kodak, unfortunately, will not be purchasing TikTok, so that sucks for them. I mean, it's going to be an interesting one, as you mentioned today. Look, it's going to be the continuing story. We saw it yesterday. You know, you're talking about, this is a hilarious chart of Kodak's price action yesterday, and we'll get into that certainly. But it's all about, Target today absolutely blowing things out of the water. And so continuation from what you saw, out of Home Depot and also out of Walmart. We're going to be hitting some of those big movers. J&J's in some deal action here, paying a big premium for a company, MNTA, that we'll be watching as well. So J&J in play. It should be a lot of fun here on Hump Day, Sean.
It's like every day's a fun day, guys. We'll be here all day for you. I loved Walmart yesterday. We love Target even more today. So let's just keep this party going and make some big trades for you. I posted a watch list. Our watch list also available, watchlist.tradertv.live. Make sure you sign up for that. Valeria's dropping the links as we go. But yeah, we've got some levels all locked and loaded for you, and hopefully have another big day for everybody here, Brendan.
Yeah, we're going to get to Walmart again today, moving once again in the pre-market. Multiple analyst moves on Walmart after the big number yesterday. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's get over to the desk and say good morning to...
Good morning and hello everyone. Welcome to the live trading show. Please sign up to our daily free watch list at the link I'm sending on the chat, and subscribe to this channel to receive notifications when we are back on air. And guys, please smash the like button. It's super important to us to know you enjoy what we do. Let's get it started, and back to Brandon.
Lots to get through in the pre-market here this morning, guys. We're going to touch on everything that's moving around in the pre-market, either higher or lower. If you haven't yet, sign up for the watch list, guys. We send it out every single morning before 9 o'clock, so you can participate in the first half an hour of the show and follow along as we go through what is moving. Here is what is coming up a little bit later on this morning. Yeah, we're going to have a brand new educational video coming. How short selling works. One of the most common questions we get here on the live show is to talk a little bit more about short selling. So we did an entire video for you. If you joined us last Wednesday at 1 p.m. Speaking of, it is Wednesday. That means we're going to have another live recording session coming up this afternoon. There we go. The topics we will be discussing at 1 p.m. Make sure you join us right here back at 1 p.m. Eastern for another live recording of educational videos. Let's jump into the first name here this morning, guys. Yeah, we touched on it briefly there. Neil, you mentioned it. Kodak. Parabolic move in the afternoon yesterday. There was a tweet flying around suggesting that Kodak could be interested in TikTok. Obviously had no substance whatsoever, but you can see big, huge move to the upside here in the afternoon on that. Came all the way back down, and then some. We're back to the downside here. I mean, volume not the greatest this morning, guys, but worth a watch, I think.
Look, I mean, all jokes aside, you know, anytime you have a stock heavily shorted like Kodak, it doesn't take much for a squeeze, and yeah, it's sort of bogus. I don't know whether that's even what caused it, but if it is, you did get squeezed to the upside. It was a big move back in. Maybe look at some levels here, like an 870 is what I'm watching on the way back, like 860 to 870 range. If it holds that one, you know, you're sort of safely in that, you know, grind back down to that 7, which has been support. Otherwise, if you think a second squeeze could be coming, you're probably looking at breaks at like 870 or 9 at any point in the day. After seeing what happened yesterday, it didn't matter where you got in, rumor or no rumor, it was just parabolic to the upside until it finally had a couple of halts. You know, so I'm watching Kodak at 870 and 9 are the two levels I'm looking at, guys.
Yeah, I'm just going to play a 9 break on Kodak. I mean, yesterday was crazy. Same thing could happen today. It's just a function of improperly working market. I mean, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get rumors out there. People are short. It's a relatively low float compared to how many shares it turns over. So, yeah, you know what? It's going to be one of those trades. This is MNTA here. It doesn't get... Again, if you can rebate trade, you bid and you offer and you go back and forth on this one all day. So you'll probably see, I won't trade it too heavily. It's one of Neil's specialties here. So you buy 11s and then when it goes through, you sell 11s, so on and so forth. So that's what we have up right here. We'll get to that one. It's a little bit lower in our list. So if you see that flying through, it's the only trade I have on right now. And just trying to it's what we call rebate trading, guys.
Yeah, big deal. $6+ billion on that deal. J&J picking up that MNTA. We'll touch on that coming up here in a second, guys. Worth mentioning as far as Kodak is concerned, the SEC investigation still going on into that $750 million government loan and how that came to be. So nothing actually was resolved yet as far as the SEC investigation is concerned. Since that was announced a week ago, the stock is down 53%. Let's talk Target here, guys. They posted blowout earnings after market, or this morning actually it was, up 24.3%. Comparable store sales, that is, up 24.3% in Q2. The big number, though, was the digital sales, 195% increase in digital sales year over year. Obviously, we've talked to death about how everyone's staying at home, shopping online, things of that nature. So a really nice look here for Target.
Look, Walmart yesterday, we absolutely destroyed Walmart yesterday, and hopefully today we can do the same thing. Hey, what's up, Dell? I see you there on the chat. Nice little morning. Let's go. Yeah, you're right. Well, I'm here. Don't worry. We're going to go on this one, and we're going to try to go right here, Dell, at 150 on Target. Look, monetization, obviously very key here, which digitization of our current world. I mean, everything's going digital right now. Target continues to be the one that's rocking and rolling. Believe it or not, Target delivers also same day. So although a lot of companies having a hard time competing with Amazon, Target, and Walmart, Target just kind of joins the club there. Look, you're up 10%. We're at all-time highs here, easily at all-time highs. Check out the daily chart. It's been absolutely a beast. Not as much as Lowe's, and we'll get to Lowe's in a second as well. But, $90 up to 145. We've already cracked through here. We're well above our 50-period moving average. The bottom yesterday, the top was about 143.50, so it's clear sailing for me on this one. Yesterday, remember Walmart, yesterday in the morning, guys, Walmart fell before we were able to hit it back to the upside for that winner. So probably waiting for something like that to happen on Target. This is just a 3-minute chart, so use 147. I expect it to almost trade down here, 145, 146, and then we'll blast it to the upside as we always do.
Yeah, I'm looking for the dip buy as well after seeing what happened in Walmart. You talked about same day of delivery. Target's all about their ability to fulfill with their actual locations. Like 90%, even with all this e-commerce, like 90% of their sales fulfilled by their actual stores. So that's how they're able to compete with Amazon, and it's definitely a boon for them, something we were mentioning back when Amazon was reporting. So I'm looking for that dip buy opportunity. I look at this topic yesterday at 143.50. If we get any deeper from 145, that's the first level I'd be looking for the pullback. I'm looking at 143.50 as the two levels of support.
Yeah, the other big earnings name, Lowe's, touched on it briefly there. They reported quarterly earnings of $3.75 per share, easily topping estimates as well of $2.95, so $3.75 versus $2.95. Revenue up 30.1%, $27.3 billion over a year ago. Analysts expected $24 billion. So here we go with Target, guys, as well to the upside.
Target, yeah.
No, we're talking
Lowe's.
about, Lowe's
Yeah, we're
here.
talking Lowe's.
I'm not nearly as excited about Lowe's. You're going to see it up this 2%. Let's go to the 3, just a better look. Of course, similar story in terms of breaking through to all-time highs. Just worth noting, we didn't actually even test the sell-off point from yesterday. And sort of when you saw the sell on Walmart and Home Depot's reports, it came back in and bounced off around this 157 area, double bottom. So we're in the middle of this range despite the good report. I think that means you got some resistance at 164, 165. Certainly more enticing at that 158, 157. If there's a rollover in the space, I think Lowe's might be the place to play it here, but it has to hold 162.50 off the top, and then maybe there's some trace to the south side there. So I like Target long. If it's going to be a slide, I'd rather play in Lowe's.
Okay, I see some talk here about, look, I think imitation is a great form of flattery, so we see some people putting up some fake Twitter accounts. This is the real one. It's at Trader TV, Sean. I've already mentioned that if they're trying to use Trader TV Live as their employment, we should be getting warnings for that, so I don't know what's happening there. But yeah, at Trader TV, Sean, guys, please report all fake accounts. Obviously, we don't want anybody out here trying to connect with you. I know a lot of them, they're sending you guys DMs and things like that, so just report them if you can, and then I'll work on, I don't know, the Twitter verification is down, so not down, they're not doing it right now, so I've been trying for that, and just report them if you can. Hit that report and get going on that. Okay, Lowe's here. Like I said, Lowe's has been the biggest monster of them all, and you're trying to slay that dragon right now, down to $60 back in March. Look, we can't keep talking about these March bottoms. It's just the fact that it's up $100, up 3 times nearly from that low. So I always think that there's going to be some sell-off coming. It was a great quarter. You're only up that 2%. We still are, $40, I guess 30 or 40% up from this high back in February. So watch out here for Lowe's today. It is coming back down a little bit, so it doesn't really have, the extreme growth there that Target or Walmart showed on their earnings report, because we were already up here yesterday off Walmart, right? So today we go up here again, but Target comes and they produce. So anybody waiting to see if Target's going to hold shop, they do. So we're waiting to 162.50 here. Even yesterday's high, 163.50, could come into play today. Look, it's getting beat down right now, but I do think that these stocks go.
All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about the airlines here. The U.S. Transportation Administration or Department came out yesterday late in the day and said that carriers, both U.S.-based and Chinese carriers, will be allowed to double their capacity, current capacity for flights between the two countries. United, as soon as that announcement was made, United came out and said they're going to double flights between San Francisco and Shanghai starting in September, from the current 2 per week to 4. The U.S. Transportation Department said they can do as many as 8 starting in September. So positive look for the entire group. We are coming off the highs from the pre-market, but still to the upside today.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually looking at a story too as well with Southwest. Not one of the biggest carriers, but Southwest lowering their burn rate. So it's worth a look. I usually will trade in American Airlines. What you're going to see is flat and sort of sliding down on the news. So that's why this one wasn't as interesting to me. I was actually looking at some levels on Southwest, which has been, at least recently, a better day trade. So it's nothing against the story, but LUV is what I'm going to be jumping into here today. I just have a couple of levels that we're looking at in LUV when you hop to the 3. Hop to the 3-minute chart here. I was looking at pullback. We got like this 33.50 to 33.75-ish range if it wants to come back in, but that top looks pretty enticing at 35.20, guys. You did have a big flush off of this a couple of sessions ago. This would have been on Monday. If we bust 35.20 to the upside, that's a breakout I can get behind. It looked a heck of a lot better 30 minutes or so ago when we were holding the top. But like I showed you with American Airlines, they're all sort of sliding back in just a little bit here. So I got it marked away, got the order locked and loaded to go at 35.20 on Southwest. I just don't know if we're going to actually get that price off the open.
I haven't done any work with the airlines here yet today, Mr. Wickens.
Okay, cool. Let's go to Walmart, guys. Back on watch this morning. We talked about it in depth yesterday. Big mover off the open both directions yesterday for Walmart. They came out obviously saying they posted their best ever online sales growth in their latest quarter. Multiple analyst moves on Walmart today. Deutsche Bank, KeyBank, RBC, to name a few, all with upgrades and price target increases. Walmart, though, coming back to the downside a little bit here.
Yeah. Walmart yesterday, just looking here, 136 was that top. But, you know, before the open was crazy. We had some of this long and some of this short here. But the top, we're not really looking at 137.65. I'm looking at this top right here that was made in the middle of the day. That's 136. It also extends out the day before at 136 as well. So we can get back to 136. I think it's go time, especially on Target and Lowe's earnings. But it looks like it wants to break the bottom. So that's the one thing that I want to give everyone a heads up on. The bottom here of 133 could come into play today. 133.50 is right here. Then you drop below, and then you got some bottlenecks a little bit here at 132 and 132.50. So Walmart today, look, it was super exciting off the open. You see, here's a big move up, big move down, big move up, big move down, move up, and then kind of nothing into the close, and then faded back down. So really surprised today that we're not up anything just because of Target, but again, pretty extended here. Walmart's still near all-time highs, a couple dollars away from that. I like a 136 break, which was the high yesterday afternoon, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little, just very slight variation. I was looking at 136.20. I mean, it's just, you're talking pennies here. It really doesn't make much of a difference. I think that afternoon high is the one to watch. I'm not going to look at that morning top. Certainly when we got the ramp up and that pullback, it's much more interesting to me looking at a 136 on Walmart. And I'll probably be more likely to be, like I said, long this one over low. So we'll go Walmart and Target with the upside breaks.
Given the pandemic and the shutdown we had throughout the first and second quarters of the year, M&A activity has been very slow over the entire 2020 year. Momenta Pharmaceuticals being bought today, though, by Johnson & Johnson. J&J picking up MNTA on the NASDAQ. $6.5 billion deal. $52.50 in cash here. MNTA, very active here, guys, up 70-ish% in the pre-market.
I think the story is going to be here. It's a monster premium for Johnson & Johnson to be paying here. So you've seen a lot of these acquisitions, and the companies are going up on cash acquisitions even at times. J&J's flat on this news. I think the price tag could be the story. It's going to boost their presence in the autoimmune disease combatants there. So it's overall good for J&J. I just think it's not being reflected because of the heavy premium that they're going to be paying. You know, just sort of looking at the daily chart. I mean, J&J is in a relatively tight range here, and I don't know that this is going to cause any kind of a breakout. So I don't have too much excitement. At some point, if we catch like a 152 break on J&J, which is not happening today, it doesn't seem that would be good. As far as MNTA goes, Sean already sort of mentioned to you, you're just going to be looking for any kind of scalp trading. I've been heavily involved in it, making like almost 100 trades. You see, it literally does not move. J&J, I wish it was more spicy off this news, but it seems like it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, unless you can get rebates, and I think they're like $2 per 1,000 shares. You're not going to want to trade MNTA today. And then J&J, Neil already talked about a few levels there. I love J&J. It's a big holding of my own personally. But yeah, this news is just sleeper. This is basically a sleeper story. We'll see. Unless the deal somehow falls through, there's probably no news on this one, Brendan.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to Sorrento here, guys. SRNE. It's been a big mover all week long. They swapped CFOs, so old CFO out, new one appointed aftermarket yesterday. There's also this story, guys. We can throw up my screen real quick here. Yeah, this story here. FDA, they filed an investigational drug application for treatment for COVID-19. So that just came out there right at 9 when we came on. For Sorrento. So SRNE, we were down on the CFO news, but as soon as that 9 o'clock ticked over, we got that big pop back to the upside here.
Look, those of you that have been watching the show know that I've been destroying Sorrento, and all we're doing really is playing breakouts. And that's about as easy as it gets. Again, it all depends on the amount of share size you use. You can average in if you want, but if you're going to use real shares, you probably need to wait for breakouts and stuff. So 1180, this is the little bottom there. You can play it, and then you got to get out, right? That's the other thing about using bigger shares. You can't hold on for very long. So we'll see what all this news is. We really don't have any idea how this is going to affect this stock, although you can see it's only down like 4% is nothing. I mean, this stock can run. So 1180, definitely a nice little spot. And the reason why 1180 was kind of the stop right down here. This is 2 days ago. So what day are we? Wednesday. So Monday, 1180 seemed like a solid bottom there, at least in the afternoon. So that's a level that you can play off of here on Sorrento. So I would say 1180 or so, and then we'll see what happens if we can get back up to 12. This is 12 and a quarter. So 12 and a quarter, if you miss 1180, looks like a solid one.
Yeah, just sort of worth noting. Of course, this all started from that Hindenburg story. Look, they bought this saliva test from another company for like $5 million, which is really cheap. The whole idea is that that's really cheap if there's something to it. That's why you're seeing this battle. So you want to be cautious to see what's going on here. Obviously, none of us have any inside news as to how legitimate that product is going to be. And of course, you have the other saliva test, which just recently released, I believe it was Yale, which is far ahead of that one as well. So there is some risk to this. I play both directions. I really could care less. Sometimes there's price action and it's volatile. So we did have a double top pre-market. We were able to work off of yesterday. I would look for the same type of trade, with that sort of 12, this 12 top here is fair enough to about that 12.20. If it wants to take out the top end of that, I definitely would not be shorting it, but I'd look for a chance at a rollover through those prices and then a potential break to the upside. So I like the break as well, but I'm definitely willing to play any kind of a rollover in short in Sorrento.
I want to get to a couple more here, but just to clarify, guys, there is the saliva test angle to this, but this is actually a treatment for hospitalized patients with COVID-19. So this is an antibody treatment. They filed an investigational drug application for with the FDA. So there is the saliva test, but this looks like another angle for Sorrento to have a look at. Gilead Sciences, speaking of the FDA, issued a response to an FDA finding for one of their treatments that they've been working on, saying that it's a rheumatoid arthritis treatment, saying that the company basically cannot proceed with the drug in its current form, so changes must be made. So a little bit of a down move here for Gilead on that news today, guys.
It always feels like Gilead, you just play, it's like the reversal of whatever the news is. So they get bad news and then the market comes in and just buys it back to the upside here. So, I mean, you're looking essentially right now, the range that I'm interested in is not going to be any of this nonsense from like 6 a.m. Let's look at the 65.60 to the 66, 67 area top, maybe even a 67 type breakout if it wants to fill the gap. Unfortunately, I wish it was a little bit lower and you could play along at a better price coming back in, but we have what we have. So if we hold 65.60, I think we'd be maybe good to go to get a retracement of 67. I'll be likely hitting the bottom here, at least for a bit of a break here on Gilead, through 65.50, get an extra 10 cents. Not these levels down here. I would take the bottom break at this 65.60.
Look, Gilead's already, I'm just getting locked and loaded here, getting ready for some Sorrento action. But I'll look at Gilead for you. Why not? Yeah, the daily chart, look, it's already below that 68. I wish that didn't break. Here's the daily chart on Gilead. This is $68 right here. It's already broken it. That was such a key level. Stopped out back in March at 68 as well. Then we dropped down here, breaking through now, down to 66 and change. I don't think we ever touched 64. If we did, it was probably a dark print. But you do have down here, just in case the news is super bad, 62.30. But right now we're just at 66. So I would say that that's a pretty good level. I'd look for 66 to hold here. You know, it's bouncing around. So it's right at a key level, 66. I wish it was still at 68, but it's not. So Gilead is a big avoid for this dude.
All right, guys, let's go over to Oracle. I want to touch on Oracle here before we get to Arun. We'll have a look at the futures. Oracle getting a verbal backing for their bid for TikTok yesterday from U.S. President Trump in a press conference, saying that he supported their move, obviously. Microsoft still involved in discussions with TikTok as well about possible acquisition as far as the U.S. portion of their business is concerned. We had a huge move up yesterday right off the bat in Oracle on this, but we came all the way back down to 55. We're gapping back up again this morning, though, for ORCL, guys.
Look, this is yesterday's play here that we took. This is yesterday's chart, right? Brendan gave us the news, and it was pretty early, like 9:40, 9:45 or so. That news came out. I sort of let it settle down. Should have taken out this top 55.70. Instead, we wait for 56, and then you guys know what happened at that point. Superman came into the building at $56, and we took that long through to 56.90 or so, all the way to the upside. So you know what? Let's rinse and repeat that trade. Why not? $56, looking for a nice little top there. May break in the pre-market, and I won't take it if that does happen, but I do like 56 break to the top side again. President Trump gave his stamp of approval for basically any American company to go ahead and take over TikTok. ByteDance had 90 days. It's probably down to 85 or 75 right now, so we'll see if that happens. I think TikTok's a big get for whoever gets it, like a monster get. So although I don't use TikTok, people do. It's super popular, and I don't know why Oracle would really be interested, but they can take that data and know what to do with it. So Oracle right now, I like them as a suitor. I prefer Microsoft more as a shareholder, but we'll wait to see here if it can break through 56. That's going to be the level again, and your boy will be on that. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I already have an order to sort of play the bit of a dip buy here. Two things to add to that. One, Ellison is friends with Donald Trump, at least some kind of relationship. The other point is the second day when that Kodak news came through about the loan, and then Trump gave it the following day the endorsement or reiterated the news, the bounce was even better than the first day. So I think that's something to keep in mind here. Maybe we'll see some kind of momentum like that in Oracle. I do like a dip, and forget about the pre-market bottom here, 55.40. I think certainly that consolidation point at 55 to 55.20, definitely some support down there. I'll be a buyer into that, in addition to any breakouts that we can find.
All right, guys, let's have a look at the overall market here. We'll bring in Arun and have a little chat, see what he is looking at as far as levels are concerned. Here we are once again, Arun. All-time highs finally yesterday. It seemed like it took forever on the S&P, but where do we go from here?
You know what? We're just going to continue off what I mentioned yesterday, right? Yesterday I said 90 was the top, 65 was the bottom. Those were the two levels I was looking at. If we broke either one, I would want to take the breakout and as close as possible to that breakout. So if 90 broke, I wanted as close as possible. Well, 90 happened to be taken out overnight. So when I stepped in this morning, I got into the long. I've been long since 7:55 or something like that Eastern time. So I've been in this trade for almost an hour and a half now. So I'm long 91. My stop is 80. So I'm only risking 10 points. The reason being, I see 80 as enough action down there to protect this long. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But at the same time, the risk-reward ratios are right. Because if they go towards 3,400, it could be a grind as we get through. And then if we pass it, then we can actually get a move going. But if we can't get through, I got to be able to get out of this trade. And I don't want to risk more than I need to. So 10-point risk for me. It's nice to see the trade is actually finally coming back. It was out 5-6 points for a while now. So this is my trade for the day. If we can get through going towards 3,400, I want to see how this reacts there. But my hope and expectation is that we finally take it. Keep in mind, though, we have Fed minutes later today. So that is a catalyst that can push it right through easily if we get something coming out of there, Brendan.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Arun. We'll check back in with Arun again tomorrow. A little one here, guys, on the NYSE Arc Exchange. Blundertongue Laboratories, BDR, on the, as I mentioned, NYSE Arc Exchange. 105% here. We're just banging against this high from aftermarket yesterday. This is 175 up to 2. So 175 up to 2 worth a look here on BDR as far as resistance is concerned. Has to hold that, because if this thing gets above 2, it could be off to the moon. Very, very low float, very, very high short percent on BDR, guys.
Yeah, you said it right there. Watch out for that short float, guys. It's going to be a big time break, and you got to have a hard stop at 195. There is another one to get to, Lightbox here, LITB. I'm looking at this name as well. It did have a bit of a double top action here at 430. If you look at pre-market prices, I like this 4 even level to test off the open first. If we can hold that, I think we'll jump into a short. If we hold 430, I'll jump in that way. I'm looking to play the pullback on Lightbox here. You know, they did have they had good report quarterly earnings for them, so it's nothing negative about it. I just look at the parabolic moves to the upside, and it's a retracement play. The last time it came through and tested 4, the next day you were looking at almost 50% all the way back in. So if it makes another move like that, like we're seeing here, I want to play off that same $4 chance if I can off the open.
Okay, Kodak right now looking for an 860 break or so to go long here. We'll see what happens off the open on that one. We have Sorrento looking like it wants to go, and unfortunately, here goes Lowe's through that level that I gave you guys, 162.25. It's already through there. 162.30 was the level there, and yeah, we're bouncing around a lot here on Lowe's as we get ready to open up. We haven't looked at the imbalance locator yet with only 40 seconds to go. Val is here, not Valeria, but Val C is here as well. Citigroup, Target right here for a nice little buy, so watch out for Target. And there's Oracle that we talked about as well. So a few trades going to come through here, hopefully right off the open. Look at Lowe's. It's already just dropped $1 right there. So we'll wait to see what happens with only 20 seconds now to go.
Yeah, we're running out of time here, guys. We're not even going to try to get another name in here for you guys. We'll just stick to what we're working with. But we are ready to drop that countdown. We are watching Sorrento. We're watching some Lowe's. We're watching some Walmart, some Target. Also watch it. J&J might make a move. I don't know what's going to happen. I would love for it to break to the upside, but we're not going to see it. Here we go, Randy. 3, 2, and I love it.
And
Round hill, even the bells were in the math today, guys. So we're doing it all here for you guys. Look, I'm gonna get that LITB off of 4 even break, but watch it holding this 360. If you like this one to the long side, that could be a key price for you guys. So definitely worth a watch in that regard. Like I said, I also want to make sure that we're jumping back to some of the names we know are going to be big. That BDR Oracle, yeah. That Brendan mentioned, immediate bounce to the upside and testing that level that he mentioned, that 180. I'm going to take a short if it rolls over at this 180. If we bust through, watch out that high of day. You cannot hold through that 195 high, guys.
All right, Sorrento looking at 1190 still as a possible breaking spot for Sorrento. Not there yet. Welcome to the show. Make sure you sign up for our watch list. We just went over all the names, so hopefully that'll be some good for you. Oracle right now as well. Sorry, Oracle on the New York Stock Exchange, 55.50 right now. Not doing anything. I was waiting for 56 to pop through. Doesn't look like it's even open yet on the New York Stock Exchange, so we'll slip on that and hopefully New York can get going. Here comes Target right to 150. We're going to blast that through if it does happen. But look at this. Pulling back down again. So looks like it wants to try to bounce off of these levels, 147-ish here. Wow, I mean, this stock is moving a lot right now. Was just up to 150, now back to 148.50. This could be a slippery slope here if we break. I may have to adjust my shares. What's up, Brandon? Big
mover past couple of days, guys. Barrick Gold, here we go again. Big, huge monster print there at the open, just blew through 30 to the upside. So GOLD off to the races again.
Yeah, I mentioned to you guys, watch out if you're shorting that BDR. It does break through the high 195. I got that to the long side, but it's just a quick little scalp. Doesn't go too much further past that 2 even break, so I'll take a quick little bit out here. If we can play a pullback, I don't really love it too much unless it bases out at that original 180 price. Let's see if we can hold above 2 before I get any more shares in BDR, but already break up here. Watch out, Sorrento hasn't gotten to 12 yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Sorrento's, yeah, okay.
It's getting up there. It's getting up there.
Yeah, I'm waiting for 1190 on Sorrento. So yeah, we'll see if that comes through. Target still not moving around. I may adjust this because I don't know if Target wants to go through this 150 or not. Looks like it wants to actually fade to the downside. So watch out here if you are short right now. Target, it's going to be a good trade, but you got to watch out for 147 on that side. Lowe's, the other one here, 158 and change, not really giving us the trade that we want for Lowe's yet. My target price for that is 162 and change. So we're going to have to go ahead and cancel some of these orders and just look back and see what we're doing on these stocks because right now they're fading back down. Look at the futures. You see that big drop. Obviously, that's in. So there goes Oracle, 55.60 still. So yeah, I'm not in anything yet. Still looking around, guys.
Yeah, I do have a little something. I talked about the rollover in SR&E. I'll play both directions. I'll play breakouts. I'll play the roll. It rolls right here off of that 12 area. Once it comes back in, I get on the way down. 1177, just took some out in front of 1150. We're going to see if we can't just slip the second half out in front of the same price, guys. But there we go. A nice little winner immediately on SR&E. Still like the breakout if we can catch it, but got to have that short. You got to be able to go both ways sometimes on that news. Valeria, what do you got? Brendan, sorry.
One from the volume list here, guys. Cinmark, theater operator in the U.S., another theater operator, moving back to the upside. So big-time relative volume here, 3.5% in offering in the pre-market, but straight upside so far for this one, guys. CNK in New York.
All right.
Yeah, and straight upside again on BDR. And look, we try to warn you guys about some of these. Look, Brendan said low float. Watch out for the short interest. It is breaking up. I did not get any more. I talked about a pullback maybe to 180. I just have 195s in here. I'm going to be getting. I don't hold these for too long, guys. I'll try to get out in front of that 225 as I say it. I do. So quick winner immediately on BDR, saying only want the short if it comes back in. You got to see the sellers jump in like they did in Sorrento for the win. They don't in BDR's case. We take the breakout long trade. So a couple of winners here for you already is look, if it comes back, I'll consider the short, but only below $1.80. I'm not touching this thing to the south side until the sellers really jump in heavy.
Yeah, okay. Again, I don't know. We're getting wicked in on some of these stop orders, so we are long target, but I'm trying to get out of them for a mistake. There we go. We got out of target, but we are legitimately long right now. Oracle breaking through 56, guys. What's up, B?
Another one from yesterday, guys. SE in New York going again here. Another higher volume print there for SE. We had 2 days in a row to the upside after earnings on this one. Just broke 153 for SE, guys.
All right.
We crushed that one. You know what? I always say it all the time. You crush the stock. You got to make sure you go back to it. I'm still watching Southwest here at that 35.20. No break yet, but it is looking like it wants to creep up a little bit closer. And I look, even a buy support might be pretty solid down here around 34.50. So a couple of ways I might look to get involved in that one. Nothing yet, but watching Sorrento, and it feels like a winning trade's a winning trade on the rollover, but I probably should have been a little bit more aggressive in terms of at least holding onto it. I did expect a bounce off of this pre-market bottom here. That didn't happen. Sorrento's still falling. Look for 11 where that news story came out at 9 o'clock that Brendan gave you guys. Look for that to be the next level down. A lot of times it'll hold that initial bump off. So if we can hold this in turn, that's where I'd go long on SRNE, but not before.
Okay, we dumped some of our Oracle there, 2/3 of it as it breaks back down below our level of this VWAP right there, 55.70. We get some out. So we'll hold the rest. Still could be a winner. We just need to go back through 56. If it does that, we'll try it one more time, 56.05. But until then, we got to give it to 55.50, at least the bottom half of this one. So, I mean, we're out of the money 15 cents, not the end of the world. But I will take it again, 56.06 on the break. Target, again, I had to get in and out of target. We did not mean to get in. Obviously, I wish I would have held it, as now we're in for real on target to the upside. 148.30 right now on target. Let's see how high this one wants to fly. Maybe to 149. Maybe we get our 150 right now. What's up, Bren?
Another one from the earnings department, guys. TJX, another retailer, obviously, reported this morning. Big time miss for them. 58.50 down to 54.50. It's trying, though, to get back above this 54.50, 54.75. Big level here for TJX. On the daily chart, guys.
Yeah, finally, there goes target. So a nice little win here. This is the trade that we wanted to have. Wish we didn't keystroke the other one. But now we're going long here as it just tried to break back above VWAP. We dump about half of it up there at 140, near 149. Now let's hold and see how high this one wants to go. Also, our other guys back. Oracle back to the upside right now. 56.05 coming into play as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just getting over to see, we did talk about this one all yesterday, but Brendan giving it to you here. It's worth noting, this is all-time high territory. I'm catching pullback on SRNE as well, so I need to quickly jump back over to this name. I talked if it bounced off of 11, that'd be a good place to pick it up. I'll add in consolidation, but if it cannot hold this jump out price, which is technically 1090 or so, that's the price area that you got to have for an out. That's where my out's going to be. Longer consolidation, I might pick up some more shares here. Down 9%. We've already made some money on the short. Probably should have made more, but let's see if we can't defend this back to that 1150 area that we're getting out in front of. So 1150 is going to be the target here. LITB, if you're tracking that one, watch out for a 3 even break. That one's falling heavily, coming almost all the way back and closed at 286. I'd expect support at yesterday's close.
We're going to give target down to 147.50 there. We're in the money right now, but we got to wait for that to go. I mean, the spread is huge on target. I didn't realize when it opens up, you can get like 20, 30 pennies there on a spread. So we got to give this one a little bit of space. It's bounced off 150 a couple times. It just had a hard time there at 149 where we did cash out. So here we go. Right to the races again. Bang! There's another winner for you. A nice little 40+ cent winner right now on target to go. We're still waiting to see what does happen up here near that 148, 149 149 level. So let's just dump a few more here. I'm just dumping like a couple shares at a time. You may see that as we go. But here goes Oracle as well, back to the upside. Nice, let's go. Breakthrough 149, baby. Let's see how high we want to go here. On target, we got this trade, 148.30. So punching that out a little bit here as we go. Let's see what it wants to do now to the upside target. It's having a problem at 149, so that's why we dump a little bit. We're now a third left, but look at Oracle. We take a bath on that one, but now it's going back to the upside, and we take some more through 56.50, and there it is again. So I told you Oracle, hopefully it would be a big little win, and now it's going to the upside. So yeah, so far 2 for 2 right now, guys.
Topside break coming through in Gilead here, 67.30. Did put an opening range in, sort of wanted to dip by. We never really got that 65.60, but we'll take a 67.30 break to the upside. Looking for LUV as well. We still have on position that SRNE. It's basically flat. Trying to base out in front of 11 even, like I mentioned. We got 11.20s. I haven't been able to add to it. Only do that maybe at 11.10 to 11 teens or so. But now watching Gilead trying to fill the gap. And remember, it was somewhat negative news that came out. Brendan gave you the story, but it's trying to fill it back. Thank you, Roki1 there. Let's have a quick look at AMCR in just a little bit here, but getting my orders locked and loaded for potential break in Gilead.
We're watching Kodak as well. Let's see what Kodak is doing. Oracle coming back down. Our out is going to be small this time, 55.85 or so on Oracle. Dump back down. We're still in the money on it, but just giving you guys a quick little update. And there it goes to the moon as well. Bang, Target. We did it again here on Target, guys. Back-to-back jacks. What a month August has been. What's up, Beep?
GRWG. We mentioned this one a couple of days ago, even yesterday. This was a crazy mover. Look at the daily chart on this. Going back 5 days, this was $9.50. We're now at $19.50 in the pre-market. Grow Generation announced a few days back that they're getting into. It's one from the ag group. They announced a few days back that they were getting into the cannabis growing space. So GRWG, big move up again today, guys.
And there it is. Target breaking through 149. This is $1.20 now in the money. So cowbell time. There it is. We don't want to yell too loud here, but there's the cowbell winner for you. Oh, you don't like the cowbell? Well, how about a chicken dinner winner? Because that's another dollar right there on target. So right now we go 2 for 2, but Oracle having a problem at $56 right here. Oracle is a loser. We were able to get back up here, so I guess we're 1 for 2. Let's just hold on to Oracle. Thought we had a chance to go upside. Maybe we do not. We're going to give it all the way back here to 75, but look at Target. Go, go, go. Raptors play at 1:30 today. We're live today at 1 o'clock again, but look at Target. Bang! Too bad we did have this keystroke error down here. Should have held them all, but look at Target. A nice little $1.50 win. Not too shabby there, Neil.
Yeah, look, guys, I understand the position board is not working, so we'll keep you updated with what we got going. I just got the break on LUV to the upside, so that took the top 35.22. We just went long. I still have Sorrento. Looking at the GRWG here from Brendan, look at the top that it could not take out yesterday at 1960. It's still rolling over shy of that. Parabolic move multiple days in a row. Yeah, I'm fading this one off the high of the day, guys. 1950 top from the pre-market here, but 1960 support as well. I'm going to be shorting this name, probably through 18, in addition to in front of 1960. Brendan, what do you got, buddy?
One from the pharmaceutical group, BioMarin, BMRN. Huge move, 30% to the downside today, coming into $80 right now. Just watch 80 bucks, huge level on the daily chart. FDA declined to approve their latest application for a drug approval. So FDA declined to approve one of their applications. So BMRN, big move down here, guys. They should.
Yeah, so Valeria's going to go check and get with our IT team, as that's what should have been done when our board's not working, if we notice that, guys. We've been in trades in the pre-market and nobody noticed. So 150 to the upside right now. We're going to see what does happen on Target. So I apologize. I'm still long Target here at 148.30. And then I'm long right now Oracle at 56.05. So there we go. We'll wait to see on that one what's going down.
I'm going to throw the airplane action. No, it's not Boeing. It's going to be Southwest. I did mention this when we talked about the overall space, that I like the play through 35.20 break when you look at the daily chart. Going to start scalping it out sort of once it hits 30, which we already did for just under 20% of the position. We'll get some more out in front of the 50 range if we get to the upside there. Just a multi-day sort of level break type of idea here, guys, on Southwest. You did see it fail at that price heavily a couple of sessions ago on Monday. Let's see if we can hold and break through. GRWG, I did start that position short at 18.67. That's teetering in and out of the money for us. Not breaking downside yet, but I like that 1950 support. But let's go Southwest.
Okay, Southwest. All right, Target right here. We're still waiting on that one to go, and thank you, Valeria, for doing that. CCL right now, we're looking at that name as well. Carnival Cruise Lines just busting out to the upside right now on this. So let's see what Carnival does this day today. Big mover yesterday off the open, straight down, straight up today. Just to give this one a little bit of a look on where we consolidated yesterday. 1490 top and 1470 to the bottom. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait to see what Carnival Cruise Lines wants to do today. Everything gold. We talked all about gold and Barrick Gold, and it's right back to $30 again. So nice little moves off the open again for gold, straight up to 30.30. Now fading back in to this $30 level, which we've bounced off numerous times in the past. So we're gonna have to watch on that one. Guys, Target, we're still long and it's still ripping up. We've got days high right now on Target.
Yeah, we're 20 cents in the money on that GRWG. Just added some on a break of 18.50 or so. So average price is going to be like 18.60. We're going to fade this one off of the high of the day. I see that multi-day parabolic move, and I'm going to take advantage of it. I'll get you back over to Sorrento Therapeutics. We already hit it nicely to the south side. We're still in the long, basically flat. It's trying to hold exactly what we were hoping would happen off of this 11 break at 9 o'clock when that news was dropped. So if we take this out, I did have an 18, a 1090 stop down here before the news. I could slide that up to 11 if we fail through 1150, but right now working well for us. Just got Gilead as well, breaking through 67.32, so that also takes the top off. Let's go. Brennan.
Just an update on this BDR, guys. Blunder Tongue Laboratories now 300%. As I mentioned, very, very careful here, guys. Caution definitely needed. $3 is the last line in the sand as far as any. Yeah, just halted to the upside here. So BDR halted. $3 if you go out to a weekly chart. It's kind of the last line in the sand. The stock is a 3 million share free float, guys. It's done 35 million already.
Okay, Walmart going. I mean, guys, Target, we're banging this one out. You can do whatever you want. I can't yell too much, so we'll just go home run on that one, and we'll go a little bit of a flat bang right there. Target with a big mover to the upside, guys, right now as we go. So hopefully that bang, a $2 winner right there on Target, guys. Here it goes. Target going to the upside, and we just keep on cashing it in. What a trade here. Too bad the board's not working. This is $1.95 in the money. So big trade. We just took some off right there. I will be tweeting this out as well. Long here by accident. Unfortunately, when you get in a trade that you don't mean to make, you do have to get out a little bit there. So that's a mistake trade. I don't know how it triggered, why it triggered. I was waiting for this to come through. Once it did, we hit that, and look at that out, guys, up there. 150.50. This is how we do it.
Montel Jordan action, and this is how we do it in LEV. It's making a second test at the top. I'm going to wait to see it get to like that 32.50 area. It was a 35.20 break that we gave to you. So once it gets to that 50, I will definitely take some more shares out. I've already gone and taken a third out for profit. Let's see if we can't hold on to the rest. Our good friend GRWG that Brandon mentioned to us, good look there. It's basically flat, still sliding to the downside overall. But the big one I like is going to be LUV, now up 3.5%. Let's see if it can't go any further. Sorrento, sleepy action. It looks like it's not doing much of anything off of that 11 even. But LITB, this one's still selling off. Lightbox here, trying to hold yesterday's close. Like I mentioned, if it does give consolidation at that price, I like a break back up above $3. Hasn't happened yet. Brennan, what do you got?
Another one with an offering. This one's SABR, Sabre, offering aftermarket yesterday. They announced it down here around 680. Bouncing to the upside, though. Volume, the story here. Big time relative volume on this SABR today. It's still down 10.5%, but really trying to the upside here, guys.
All right, break long here. Just getting ready to send out a few tweets. Okay, Target right now, it's $2 now in the money, guys. Still going up, up, and away. All-time highs again for Target, and your boys long right here off this VWAP break. We will be putting that out so you guys can look back at some of the trades that we've been making here today. Oracle as well. That's a banger all the way to the upside here. I'm hoping we are still stuck long right now at 56.05. What's my average price? 56.05. So yeah, we took 56.03s here. here, take some more 06s. That makes sense in the middle. We did get some out at 16 as well. So nice little trade here on Oracle. I think we are going to give it all the way back here to 78, 79, back right near where VWAP's at. So that's going to be the Oracle trade. But wowee, man, Target now 151, and siren alert. The biggest trade of the day is right here on Target. The big trade, big money maker. That's your whale play of the day. How do you like that one? Speaking of whales, let's get all hydrated now, guys. We're just going to let this Target go right now. We only have 10% left, but it's a big trade. This is how we do it every day on the show. Come back, watch us, like, share, everything you want.
Yeah, I got this LUV. We talked about the airlines. This is why you want to watch the watch list. Target on the watch list. The airlines were on watch. Southwest was my preferred play. I gave you the multi-day level that we had at 35.20. We just broke 50, so we're still hanging on to the win here. I like this one. Southwest, definitely a good stock. I think better for day trading a lot of times here. I also want to get you back to the reason why you got to stay tuned. That's going to be because I wasn't watching GRWG till Brennan put it on the radar. We get the rollover yesterday at 1960, 1950 high today. Once it slides back below 19, I grabbed the short here. We're in the money on this one at 1860. I haven't taken anything off here. 1860. I will get some out in front of 18 even. That is the low of day. Once it breaks that, I think we have a good shot at over $1 winner. It's a cheaper name here, guys, but starting to make a move. And also Sorrento making a move. And I did talk about this one on our watch list. I'm willing to play it in both directions. You know, I'm just looking for price action. We had the failure at that 1190. We jump into the short, catch a nice win. Now we're long and it's breaking back through VWAP, so we can start taking this one off, starting with a 20-cent win on Sorrento. Let's see how far it can go. I'm hoping back to the 60 to 70 area. Brennan, what do you got, bud?
A little clean energy name. We saw this one pop up a little bit about mid-morning yesterday. F-Cell, fuel cell here, blasted through $3 yesterday. We held above that this morning in the pre-market. So new highs here, or recent highs anyways. Got to get above 340, 350, these highs on the daily chart for this thing to really get going. But F-Cell, no significant news, but another day to the upside, guys.
Looks like here we go. Oracle's going to come down and we're going to get out of Oracle. It looks like if we do break back down below this VWAP, we came pretty close there to doing just that. So watch out for that 75 level on Oracle. Maybe worth averaging in a little bit here, but look at these futures as they begin to drop down. So we'll take a little bit more here at 84 and take some more long on Oracle. Still giving it back down to this 75. I mean, 75 breaks. We will be out of the majority of those shares and then give the rest, I don't know, probably back down here to 50. So we'll see what happens with Oracle now. A nice little average in on this play as we go. But yeah, it's been a big day today. So we'll cowbell it off again for Target. A nice little $2.50 winner. Still making new highs, guys. The trade of the day is right here. We may do this segment once again, but there it is. A nice little almost $3 win on Target. Sound the alarms.
Yeah, just got another push here in Sorrento. I can go with LEV, which made fresh highs. It just got to 70. We're long at 35.22, pulling back a little bit here, but a nice return if you got that one. SRNE Sorrento, short, long. We just got 1150s out, so it does break VWAP. We talked about consolidation. You wanted to see it consolidate in front of that news price at $11. It does that, double bottom for you. Now we're still holding, just under half the position here. See if it can make another push, like I said, to 1160 or 1170. If I can catch 50 to 60 cents on Sorrento, that'll be absolutely fantastic for you. Southwest, I'm going to go with a trailing stop at some point, likely at 35.50, to make sure we lock in a solid profit on that name as well, guys.
We're still waiting for Sorrento to take out probably about here, 1175, I think. If we can get back up there, that's pretty good. If you did want to wait for 1167 or so, that's what I'm going to be doing on Sorrento. Still watching that. Oh, our Oracle did fall down there, so we're out. Look, if the market wants to get going again, we're still flat on that. Oracle's only up that 1%. So today we give back a little bit of what we made yesterday. So flushing Oracle down the toilet, but we still have it. Could still be a winner. We just got out of half of our current position there on that flush through 75. And look, it basically just breaks 75. Let's go long again if we break through 85. What's up, Bren?
A little bit thinly traded here, guys, but news on Regeneron as well. Another one from the drug maker space. $630 now for Regeneron. They announced this morning they're teaming up with Roche to develop a COVID-19 treatment and potential vaccine, guys.
Oh, that's big news right there. Regeneron, I mean, already sort of a solid stock here. The only downside I'm going to say to this name, 84,000 shares worth of volume makes it tricky trade for day trade. I mean, I don't see really the levels. It's expensive stock, certainly. The spread is decent now. What I would have been watching for is the break of the high here at 634. But breakout trades are not necessarily the best when I'm looking at the spread that I see here. LUV, look, I can't say this enough. It just continues to make fresh highs. This is the break that I liked in the airline space. I do have my trailing stop in now for 35.50. I wish we could kind of show trailing stops on our platform here to see that if it breaks back down below this candle, I'll be getting out, looking for a run up to 36. You know, if we can catch 70, 80 cents, I'll be very happy with that. But nice little winner here on LEV. Even give you a pullback trade if you like that one as well. I just had the one entry, one and done for a nice win. 35.50 trail. We'll see how far this can go.
And guys, there we go. I mean, this is why I'm in chill mode right now. I mean, target right here is $3 now in the money. It goes all the way to 151.50. Guess where we're long? Right here, 148.30, a pretty sick long right there for target, and we're just still watching that one. Now $3+ in the money, so yeah, whoa, catapult, target not wanting to stop here, guys. This is what we do. I give you one solid call, and there it is right to the upside. We are still giving Oracle all the way back down here. This stock obviously hasn't been the winner that we thought it should be today, breaking through 56. We did get some out up here, but now it's just bouncing around. We're going to go hella long. 55.85 if that does break. But look at target still, guys, 151.65. Hit the air horn, hit everything you want. We are in the building here with this big time monster winner on target. Gave that to you on the watch list, gave it to you on my watch list, Trader TV watch list. Follow us everywhere. Valeria's dropping our socials. Hit us there, and you will not be disappointed. And you're welcome, Lori, right here on our chat. You're saying thank you. You are welcome right there. No problem, Lori. Yeah, Sean Katina, thank you very much. Reported another fake account. Thank you so much for all that, guys. You know, again, like I keep saying, I love to be imitated, but just never duplicated. Let's go.
Yeah, still watching Kodak. I mean, I don't necessarily see any trade yet. It is giving you that slide to the downside. You know, just watch out. Any kind of parabolic move up, you want to be fading and having a level that you can work off of there to be certain. I'll take you back up over to that my good friend over here, and it's been Sorrento in either direction. I love you, Sorrento. Just keep doing what you do. It is rolling over, however. I did want to see if we could get back up to 60s to 70s for the second half of that trade. I'm not going to sit here and allow the entire position to go back to like 1090 where my stop was. I will slide it closer to break even on the second half here just to make sure we don't turn this into a loser down at 11.15, kind of like trailing that one. We're in the money on GRWG, but it's only like 20 cents or so. That's a stock with a big range. I need to see 40 or 50 before I start taking any profit on it. 18 break, and we're going to get easy a dollar winner on that name. No problem. I only have one losing stock today. Unfortunately, that's going to be Gilead. We tried the breakout on them. In a bit of a trade that would have been like not a reversal, but like a gap fill to the upside. It gave up most of this gap. I think there's still likely support at 65.60, but for now that breakout did not work out for us. Lost about 30 pennies on it. Not a huge hit, but it's our first loser of the day. Brennan, what do you got?
One from yesterday, guys. Kohl's KSS here back to the upside. Just broke 20 there, held on the pullback. We're up to 20.50, back above this kind of area from yesterday afternoon. Big move down. We mentioned on the show yesterday, but Kohl's trying here, guys. Some of the retailers showing strength again.
All right, $40 win or $4 winner right now on target as we just keep bang. $4.50 win right now on target as we just keep on going to the upside. And look, I can already be in chill mode. We'll be once again, most likely raising the cup here again today. This is the largest trade for me, in the last couple weeks anyways, here on target as this is a sick play. We gave you 150. We talked about that on our watch lists as well. So sign up watchlist.tradertv.live, and now it just keeps on moving upside. $4 plus now. In the money now here going bang. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Thank you so much, Jeff Richards, Oracle this morning. You're welcome right there. Subscribe, y'all. That's about all I can say. Thank you so much as well, Jeff Richards. Subscribe, y'all. Where are you from, Jeff? That's a good one there. We do like that, a little bit of twang up in there. But now goes, I hope you made money on target as well as Oracle. But here goes target. Nothing but love to the upside, even though the market be falling.
markets are not actually falling that deeply, but you are seeing some sell action certainly come into play. I'm now looking at Rocket.
Yep.
It made another push to the upside here. Look, we talked about a break yesterday that was fantastic on Rocket. We're looking at a very similar sort of move here through 2050. You can look at that price, but also looking at this roll at the 2130 lower high being put in. I think this is going to give us the juice to maybe grab something in the 20 run range if we're looking for a short. I'd also watch to see if this 2060 can hold. Consolidation there might be a nice little buying point. So haven't looked at Rocket yet. It's definitely firmly on the radar now. I'm going to get the trail out on Southwest. So LUV does turn around, get a little greedy here. It is what it is. It's going to come back 35.50. Great breakout trade. It was the pick, at least in my opinion, of the breaks on the airline space. That's why we jumped into it. Still in the money, GRWG and SRNE. We'll let you know if that one they go any further than they already are in the money for you guys.
We're going to look at 2120 here on Rocket. Yeah, I saw you guys giving love to this name in the pre-market. 21, actually, is it 2125? Yeah, I guess it's 21. Yeah, 21 and a quarter here on Rocket. Again, worth probably averaging in down to this spot, 2061. We are bouncing off a little bit. There it is. We take it out, and a little mini bang for you right now. Bang. There as Target comes out. That's a $3 winner. We take it out there on the top side. So big time win. Look, sometimes your best outs are what they are, and because you're saving yourself some money. So for right now, it's perfect there. I see some action on Twitter challenging me. Dax, I see you there challenging me with Zangief. Come on, bro. You got to come with somebody else, or else Zangief is going to get destroyed. What are you going to do? Spin pile drive me? Okay, 152.28 right now. Get ready to break. I just kid, Dax. Thanks for all the love and the support. We love everybody, all of our viewers here. Now Target ripping back to the upside. I wonder if I go long again on a 152.80 break, but that's your trade of the day, and it's Target. We explode the money all over the place for that trade, guys. Okay, we are ready for Brendan with Happening Now.
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock. Let's have a look at North American markets here. We'll see how things are shaping up. First day for the Dow back in positive territory in 3 sessions. So nice look up about 0.5% here for the Dow. The S&P just trying to hold on to that positive territory. The NASDAQ, not so much. We're to the downside here, almost 0.4%. Russell, the small caps, doing quite nicely, up about 0.5% as well. Here in Toronto, the TSX not doing a heck of a lot. Was positive, but has since gone into negative territory. Same story down in Brazil, about 0.35% to the downside for the BOVESPA. Airlines strong in the U.S. That typically means here in Canada, if you're watching the TSX, also Air Canada here up 3%. Nice look from 1585 up to about 16.5. Big time volume on Air Canada today to the upside. We were talking about the cannabis group, some of them showing strength today. This one just went green. ACB here in Toronto just went back into positive territory, held 13 as support there. We're up to 1325. Again, decent volume behind this move back to the upside for ACB today. Let's go over to Suncor. Oil inventory numbers, energy in play today. It's Wednesday, obviously, but this thing not doing a heck of a lot. Trying to go back through 22 here. Was hoping we get a push to the upside, but not so much for Suncor. Yeah, 10:30. Stick around. We'll have oil inventory numbers, guys, if you're watching the energy markets. Back over to you.
Thank you, Brendan. You know what? I'll go with the floss. I haven't used it in a while. We'll go with that one. I happen to like it. We can get a nice little win. It's all about the little short trade. GRWG. Thank you very much, Brendan, for pointing this one out to me. Saw the great setup, a multi-day parabolic move. You get a top at 1960. You get a lower high put in this morning. We take multiple shorts in here on the way back downside. It just tested this 18 bottom, so we quickly take that 40, 50 cents for the first 40% of the position. We break the low. I'll start getting out below that price, maybe a third here, 1775, 1780 or so, and then another third in front of 1750. Ultimately, I would not be shocked if we can see 17 break a little bit later on in the day. And we'll try to hold this short. As long as it wants to hold 19 to 1950, I see no reason to be out of this. When this comes off to the downside, it should be a fantastic one. You see my price here as a position board is fixed. So thank you to the team in the back getting that to you. Short, GRWG, 1894. Let's get an 18 break.
Yeah, good job on fixing it, guys, and thank you so much for doing that. Shout out to Juan for getting that in, Rob for all the hard work guys doing there, and probably Randy as well. What up, Randy? Randy back in the building today. Yes, sir. He is here, so we'll wait to see what we can do on that one. But yeah, it's always nice to have a big team behind us, and that's part of the quality of the show. That is for sure. So, okay, right now, targets out. We talked about that. That's right there. The only thing, yes, there it is. Our only position there. As I see what's coming, and I'm super happy because it is a refill here of our coffee. So what's up, Valeria, coming through? Yeah, don't walk too fast. I don't want you to spill that everywhere. But we're getting reloaded here. But 55.50, 55.40 on the downside of Oracle, just in case that doesn't work. We do like that spot as well. Thank you, Miss V, very much for that. Very kind of you. So now we got the refill, guys. Let's see what we could do in the market. 55.40 as a downside break on Oracle.
Yeah, and continuing to the downside, I just want to jump back over to CVAC. I know a big name from yesterday. You guys were watching. This last few sessions, of course, that IPO, another flush through 67. I did say I would not be surprised if we see retracement back to that $40 to $50 range. Yeah, didn't necessarily see this one coming. It wasn't on the radar because of very low pre-market volume. It certainly is now. I'd watch, maybe the 62.50 area on any kind of a pullback. Be careful. Make sure you can actually short this one at your broker. I know we usually have to pay for some recent IPOs. We've always been able to get them. I want to jump back over to Gilead. It's still heading southbound. I did like a potential support 65.60 to 66. Hasn't gotten there yet, so we'll wait for that one to get to our target range. Sorrento, yeah, it's in the money 30 cents and it's $11 stock. But the reason I'm not taking any profit is we've already taken what we will at these price levels. It's consolidating a little bit higher here around VWAP. I think that gets us that push that we're looking for to where we're shorting it, that 1170 to 1180 range. That'll give us that nice 50, 60 cent win on SRNE, guys.
Yeah, we're looking to break that level, so we'll wait to see if that comes through on SRNE. Oracle's still putting me to sleep, man, but that's why we got to look for something else. So hopefully SRNE can do that. We're also going to look at Kodak today as that's falling down to 7 and change. Actually went to 780. What's up, Brendan?
BDR, guys, just a quick headline here. 340%. Yeah, just threw it up there. This is actually news pending. So the first two halts were volatility. This one looks like news pending for BDR. I guess they want an explanation behind the 340% move, guys.
Yeah, go figure that. I mean, obviously that makes a lot of sense. So watch out if you guys are holding through that halt. Certainly we told you to be careful with some of these low float names, and that's going to fall firmly into that category. I'm going to move my stop again upside in SRNE to lock in a bit more profit. Just going to go from first 1090 to 1115 to 1120 down to this like 1125. So we can't lose on the second half of this trade. Can't happen, guys. We'll see if we can get the big win. Well, it's going to be our third big win on SRNE. So 2 for 2 already. Let's see if we can't go 3 for 3 on SRNE, both directions, guys.
Okay, Donkey Kong here, 37.75. I see some notes there from our players there. We're making some moves upside now on DraftKings. So, yeah, I was just looking at that. The top is 37.75. Also some consolidation up here. So I think 37.60 is probably a decent spot to go long on DraftKings. It's making a nice little move off the bottom, just straight up. I mean, that's what it does. We'll have to wait to see if it does anything else other than that. But right now, Nikola as well, a name that a lot of traders are looking at. And welcome to the show, man. Hit the share, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit everything, and you'll be able to watch us every single day talk about live markets. 41.40 up to the upside now. 43.60. So some consolidation down here. We'll look at Nikola on a little bit of a larger time frame here when we get back from Brendan.
Other earnings name Lazy Boy reported aftermarket yesterday. Big flush to the downside. 30.50 looks like was support. We're back above 34, so just popped up on a volume scanner there for LZB moving higher, guys.
Yeah, moving higher is Tesla as well. Just turned positive on the session. Again, a big little dip through 1850, a dip buy action on Tesla. Rolling at 1900 here, that key price sort of coming back into play. Yesterday was very difficult to catch a break through an even, but I'm going to be playing this one in front of 1900, so wish me luck on that. Usually I'll go for the even dollar break, but I look at this consolidation here and I want to trade this 97 area to the upside. Let's go with a 97 into that 1900. Couldn't get a 1900 break last time. Let's see if we can get it here.
37, like I said, 65 or so, something like that on DraftKings. Just looking at that to make sure we got that trade in, and we do. Let's check out some of the banks right now. JP Morgan, glad to see it back above 100. It's been struggling the last couple days. As you guys know, we've been trading this one as well, but JP Morgan, actually, I don't think we traded it this week, but a nice little breaker there on that one, up to the upside on JP Morgan. The high is 160. That seems like it's too much, $100.60, of course. JP Morgan just still above. This is what I was worried about as an investor. $97, $98. We downticked to that. That's the 50-period moving average on JP Morgan. So you got to watch out for there. If it breaks through $100.80, that might be something. But we're right here. It's bounced around 100 a couple times. So look, if this wants to go, I think we got a decent chance here for a big runner. $100.30. So let's take it if we get it just above some of this consolidation. $100.30 on JP Morgan, along with DraftKings, still hoping that one can go as well.
Yeah, and Tesla through a 1902, sort of faded this one a little bit. A little different from what we tried yesterday at the even. We got 97.06 to the long side. We're in the money, $5. Watch the pre-market top here, 19.06. I want to be out in front. And then looking for that as a second break to the upside. You saw what Tesla has been doing here. We're on that march to potentially 2,000, or some people are going to be calling it 400, Sean, because remember, they are going to have that split, and that's a major, major catalyst for what you're seeing in the last few sessions here in Tesla.
Oh, believe me, I remember that, and I'm a big fan of Tesla. You guys know that. All my shares are going to get split up 5-to-1, so give me 5 more shares for every one that I have, and then I may sell at that point. Sell the news on that one, I think, or you trade the news, but sell the actual news. You buy the rumor, that's already out. Now we'll see how high Tesla wants to go. Still waiting for that JP Morgan. I did talk about DraftKings as well. 37.60, still waiting for that. Falling other way right now. So DraftKings not really on the look too much for me. CCL, we talked about that. That may be making a high right now, looking to come back down. CCL right now .NY, obviously on the New York. If you ever see us change back and forth, NY, New York, NQ, NASDAQ. So that should be a little bit of an indicator to help you know which market you're trading with. But here it comes right back down. That's why we talked about CCL. Some bunched up action up here. You could have used 15, 17 as a high, and now we're falling back down. Watch out, the market not moving. CCL is back down to the downside, so a little bit of love. I
used Ryu for you there, Sean, because it was absolutely perfect exit. Talked about the break here. We take the open, we talked the range break instead of the even on Tesla, getting 97s long, and then say immediately, guys, scalp it to the pre-market high. That's 06. We get out there at 04. It's a quick $7 winner on Tesla, but the structure is what it's all about here. No messing around in and out multiple times. It was take the break, run it into that high of day. That was always going to be the trade. That's why we lay it out to you guys. That's why we watch, why you guys should be paying attention. It's all about, wins are great. Structure is good too, because anybody can learn something, whether you trade that style or not. I know I can always learn something from our good friend Brendan. Let's get some upgrades and downgrades.
It is that time. Let's get you a few more symbols to have a look at here, guys. Upgrades on this side, downgrades over there. Interesting, Home Depot coming back to the downside. We talked about it yesterday, obviously, off the earnings, but in negative territory again. Smucker's at the bottom over here in Cree, also an earnings name. I'll show you that one here in a second, but first off, Home Depot, yeah, if you remember, big reversal candle yesterday, way up here at the top. 290 ended up being a bit of a pivot there, but back to the downside here. We're down to 284, kind of consolidating at day lows for Home Depot on an upgrade today. This one got downgraded. Reported earnings, you can see aftermarket yesterday weren't good. $65 here in the pre-market, resistance all the way down to $62.50. Another one kind of consolidating at day lows on decent volume as well today, guys.
At day lows, you say. And at day lows, talk about another name from our watch list here was lows. I was looking at Rocket again. I like to go short. I need to get some shortable shares maybe. But you could actually also, now that I'm looking at this, go long through 2060, which is about to happen right now. So Rocket Mortgage 2060, not a horrible long with a 2040 as a possible out. So we're going to look to do that right now.
Yeah, so look, we're going to wait for that BDR to open up at some point. It just hasn't happened, obviously. We'll get it to you if it does. I do want to jump back over to our GRWG here. We are still short this name. It's still going to be working for us. Like I said, we'll be in the money on this. We have a 94 short that we have here. The second short that we've taken, we did take out our one in the 60s already in front of 18. I'm looking for a break of 18 even. Otherwise, my stop is slid up to 19. We can always re-enter that if it breaks 19 and then look at that 1950 area that we talked about before. So lots to work with on that name. It's still going to be a good one for us. Kodak is starting to find a bit of a base here, so sort of alerts to some of the people that are fading into this and playing that little trend. In addition to a possible break at that 860, 870, I'd watch this 820 area as well. That could get you some juice to the upside, 820, 825 for a scalp play to the upside on the off chance that you get a semi squeeze.
Okay, so we think Rocket long 57, 58 gets them out there 70. Again, I have to check out what's going on with my orders because getting in a little too early, so we do get out of some there, but then it breaks 60 anyways. So just like what happened to our target trade, we got in a bit early and then had to get out and then got back in. So right here we're in. This is the trade I want, so it's fine. It does break above 60 there. That would have got me in no matter what. So now we're in to this name, and we're just going to give the bottom here 2039. It could go, it could not. We're going to wait to see what Rocket does now to hopefully the upside on Rocket, even though my thing says lows there. We're going to go over to Oracle right now as well. Check out what that's doing. Oh man, I really want to average into this, but I do think that Oracle could drop. If the market does fall, I'm looking for Oracle to give back some of those gains from yesterday, up 4 or 5% on that TikTok news. And again, today not doing anything, as you can see here on a 1 minute chart. We do bottom out at 55.50 there. That's going to be a spot for me to go out of my position. But at the same time, and I did give a big shout out to some of those Oracle wins in the morning. Thank you so much for that. But 55.75. Let's go long if we can break back above there. Initially, I was looking at this 85 level. VWAP has come back down, so I'm still going to give Oracle some love here to the long side. I still think that that's a trade that we should be able to make at some point today.
Yeah, and Lowe's holding, we talked about Lowe's sort of holding that little top end and having a lot of trouble from yesterday's highs. It did break through the bottom very, very briefly here, right off of the open, but for the most part, still attempting to hold above that 158 low that we saw on Lowe's. If we get another breakdown, I said this is the name I would prefer to short as opposed to, jumping into like, one of the Walmarts or Targets or something else on the way back in. So, Lowe's through 158 could be interesting. I'd forget about this little bottom. Let's see it actually travel through yesterday's bottom one more time. So 158 is where I would get involved in the breakdown in Lowe's. Still in the money in GRWG, but Sorrento looks like it wants to retest 11 even. I will lock in profits at 11 quarter if it breaks down below there and find another re-entry point. I'm likely to defend that bottom one more time, and at least until it breaks this morning. Brennan, what do you got for it?
Recent mover Plug Power, guys. Just double checking there's no additional news, but pretty sure there isn't. Yeah, I don't see anything. Plug extending this nice little 3-day move to the upside here on the daily chart, up 7.8% today. Not a terribly violent move, but a nice trending move to the upside for Plug, guys.
All right, we're going to go, we'll try a Sorrento short if it breaks down through 11. We're still waiting for the ultimate breaks here somewhere, 11.70 or so, or this break down below 11. The only problem with 11 is you do have some bunched up action here at 90, so I'm wondering if the better break is at 75. We'll take it for a little bit, and then again, we won't hold it for that long because we're going to put on some size, but we could get back to view up here 11.30, 11.35, so that's my little take there on Sorrento. Rocket Mortgage not doing anything right now. We did get in here. We're long at 57, so now it's falling back. This is going to be our out down here. I was actually liking the short a little bit better on this name, but thought that a breakout may give us back today's high. Doesn't want to do that on a break. So whenever you take breakouts, and again, if you take these shares, trade your share size, right? Like I said numerous times on the show, Neil and I don't trade the same share size. So you got to trade your own portfolio and take the risk off when you see it fit. And right here, it's going to be dropped too far down for me to hold this through $20.40. So if that breaks, then that's what it is. We're going to see if Rocket Mortgage can't get going, but that's going to be a loser for us if it does break down below $20.40. What's up, Ms. V?
Hi traders, I hope you're having a great trading day so far. If you joined us for the first time, please subscribe to this channel and catch us live every day. Also join our educational class today. Open the link I'm setting on the chat in a new tab and tune in at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for some good education. And of course, don't forget to like our video right behind this window. Please smash the like button and back to traders.
Thank you very much there, Valeria. It's all about that like. I know some people like Nicola, if we can get a final load up here with my charts, 2 moves to the upside. I don't necessarily want to stand in front of the moving train. It's worth sort of noting I will at some point, but it's just not going to likely be today. I would much be more interested in this 47.50 when you look at the daily chart.
47.
It's still technically in this sort of 41 to 47.50 range the last few sessions in the midpoint. So if you're bullish, there's certainly room to run on Nicola if it's going to keep going. If it rolls at like 46, 47 today, that's where I would possibly jump into a short. For me, it's going to be more about either plug Tesla or NIO. NIO is certainly a stock that we like. It's getting a nice little bounce back to the upside here, trying to hold 14 even. I'd be looking for a secondary push in case you want to be bullish here in front of that 14, maybe even a 14.20 break to the upside. NIO here, after flushing off the open, looking like it's trying to get back to positive territory, which will be at 14.30. I would take some profit in front of that to be sure.
Yep, exactly. Okay, we're just talking here. Okay, yeah, Nicola, look, I like it. I'll take this break. 44.43 here on what may be some better news than we even know about right now. So we're going to wait to see on Nicola coming back upside. I would like to get long if it does come back here. 43.70. If Neil's he was talking about 47. That'd be fantastic. I am going to be going long here if that does break, and then not giving too much room at all. We are also in Oracle. What's up?
What in the actual heck, Kodak? I really didn't think that would be happening. Look, sometimes you got to look at how you get into position. Opening range break, pre-market high.
I wanted that.
I had an order sitting in there, and it was trading at 8.20. I'm like, this isn't going to fill anytime soon. Next thing I know, I'm long off that little push. We talked about, look, we mentioned why the short sellers might get broken down here. It wasn't a long that I particularly loved, but wowzers if you took it. We mentioned this sort of all morning long. Look, it's just one of those parabolic moves to the upside. I took the little break here. I can only really give it back to like 50s, 55, 60. It's about how you get into position sometimes. I'm not going to risk more than 30 pennies, even though I think there's more than that in upside. It's how we got this long that shocks me a little bit here. If it breaks 9, fair enough. We're off to the races like yesterday, and watching out for some halts because past 9 is going to be that 10%, and I would expect a trade halt. I'd want to snap out of this pretty quickly if that's going to happen.
Okay, we're back into Oracle here. We did take that 75 break, so we'll wait to see on Oracle. I gave you guys $9 on Kodak super early. Check the watch list that I tweeted out as well for that, but that's that watch list. It's going to take a look at 9. What I'm going to do here is Oracle. We just talked about that a little bit. I'm obviously in a decent position. I said that we would take out the stick here if Oracle gave us a shot, and it kind of is right now. So I can't give this one as much room as I wanted to before, but we're going to give it, same kind of trade down here, guys. 55. We'll dump some if it breaks back down below 60 here. Just may not work out. But right now, Oracle, if the market goes, the market goes. But now we're finally in to Kodak here as well. Probably will halt soon, I would imagine. So let's wait to see.
I'm a little surprised it didn't halt
Kodak
on the 9
does.
break, Sean.
Yeah, I broke that 9, so we'll wait to see. Is that Brendan already? Yep. If we are, we can go.
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. Let's have a look at what is moving around in small cap world. Kind of a slow-ish day as far as these ones are concerned. LITB, we mentioned just before the open there, huge move you can see in the pre-market all the way up to 450 up there. A couple of prints went off, but back below 4 was consolidating nicely below 4 right before the open. Huge flush down to 240. So monster $2 move there on this LITB light in the box. I don't know. AVCO $2 here, up to about $2.25. Bit of a range to work with, just using this $2 right now to see if we can't get a bit of a flush back to the downside. This BDR is insane. Took a couple of shots at this thing on the short side, obviously. Still going higher. Won't be done with that one yet, but just be careful if you are looking to get involved in this. Looks like 350 might be a level, and then 375 to 380. But BDR, just incredible volume today for such a teeny tiny microcap, guys.
Yeah, and there goes the second half of Kodak. So it's going to be a mixed bag for me. Basically a flat trade overall because, you're only taking about 20 cents on, over half the position. But then that last third, I'm going to sit here and lose like 35 pennies on, guys, or just a little bit shy of that. So overall, close to a flat trade. It was more about the way that it came in. I liked the break. I liked the squeeze idea off the pre-market high. I really did. Certainly when you get a break like this where it's already made a parabolic move at that 820, and we alerted you guys and we said caution to anyone shorting today. Look, this is what it's all about. It was number one on our watch list today. We gave you our ideas here, and one of them was stay away from shorting at some of those levels. Either way, solid move here. Sometimes you have to act really fast on the keys. It looks like 9 even did hold rather nicely, though.
And bang! There it is, a nice banger. We got to give this one to you. DraftKings, 37.60 out in front of 38 a little bit. So we're out of more than half right now on DraftKings. But yeah, this is a banger right here. So again, a big trade alert coming on DraftKings right now. In, out, we're out of half right now. That's generally what we do. Beautiful out upside there, 37.88 to the upside on DKNG right now. Oracle now moving back to the upside. We're back in the money now on this trade on Oracle. It just spiked up for us. We were nicely in the money, 10 pennies or so, but we'll wait for higher on this one, especially if the futures go. I think we can have Oracle here pretty good. So we'll give this a shot up here, 55.85, see how high it wants to fly. We'll put some orders in the 90s just in case. And there comes DraftKings right back down. We're long at 62. We did get some out. That's why we give you the Superman action there, because we did take some out in and out like a light there. Target, wow, 153 now. Man, if you joined us late, did you ever miss this trade? 148.30 target. Look where we got out, 150. I got to hold some of these, man. I've given you the big winners. They're all over the watch list. I gave you target early. Check it out on Twitter. All of us on Twitter, we're right there. There goes DraftKings, 37.90. Let's go, buddy. Daddy needs a new car. What's up, Brendan?
Another one from the therapeutics group, CRSP Crisp, moving higher here, up 9.3%. Nice technical break here on the daily chart through 100. Again, for CRSP, took out that 102 level, it looks like, as well, to the upside. So a nice move for CRSP. Also, this one, the latest SPAC in the EV group, HCAAC. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Much less volume today, but moving downside in a hurry through 1050, guys.
Yeah, and certainly still moving. And of course, we're still waiting on the BDR does still continue to halt. It's at like 25 minutes now. When it's a news-based halt, you really don't know when it's going to open back up, and that's one thing you got to be concerned about if you got that. I'm going to get back over to CVAC, which is a bit of a different one. As SRNE, unfortunately, the last third's only going to be a 15-penny winner. We hold for the home run. We had a couple of nice swings there, either direction. But I'm looking at CVAC, and I'm not done with it, certainly after yesterday when my number one stock was shorting CVAC. We gave that one in the morning. Now I'm going to look to this 62 level. If it cannot break through VWAP here, I'm going to look to jump into a pullback short opportunity. It's going to be short sell restricted. I know it says 7%, but it did dip below 10% and it had a big move yesterday. So this is going to be a stock you cannot remove liquidity from the bid without an uptick. Might not be a problem if we're shorting in front of VWAP, however.
What color is the Lambo going to be? Randy, probably white. Randy's favorite color, white there. But I just got a new car, so I won't be spending the money on that. Maybe a pool. The kids want a pool, so they can definitely get a pool soon. Hopefully, anyways, not on this one trade, but on the month, maybe so. Oracle right here, 55.80. Punched it out there. Nice little trade on Oracle for sure. We talked about that, getting that money back if we can. Now that we go to the long side here on Oracle, trying to make that money. Look at DraftKings going upside now. Highs of the day right now. We're long right here at 37.60. I'm going to tweet this out for sure. Thank you again to all of our members, everybody on that board. I hope you're learning a lot from us here, and I want to give a big thank you to everybody shouting out DraftKings, stepped in there and took it, and that's what we're talking about. If you have any friends, family, foe, pets, anybody like that loves to trade or likes to talk about trading, definitely share the program because It's bangerific as we keep on going to the upside. A nice little bang, a nice little 30-cent win right there on DraftKings. So we're still holding, man. We still got a third of this trade. No more 10% crap. We're going to see how long we can hold this thing going to the upside. Bang. There it is. Superman is in the building once again for DraftKings, breaking to $38. I think we've got all the trades today, guys. Big time. Hopefully you're enjoying this Hump Day Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm glad I sort of took that little out here in Kodak. It's going to see if it can hold around VWAP here before actually considering a re-entry point. It's trying to break this at 835. If it gets down to this jump off at 8 even, that could be a nice little area of consolidation. But you see how heavily it came back in, failed. It just failed through. I did have a third of my position on. We had to take it off there for the loss. But I'm looking at this 8. If we can hold here, that could be a nice little jump for me to the long side. I want to go back to Sorrento. This has been the stock I've probably been most active in, in addition to, of course, that J&J deal, which you can see on the side. But, Sorrento's still trying to test back off of this higher low that it put in off of 11 even. That's a bit of a bullish play here, guys. So I'm going to look, after we just got the trail out for a 15-cent win, I'm going to look for another break to the upside. This time, hopefully, off of this sort of 11.15, 11.25, and then breaking out at 11.50, where we're getting out of that previous long. So 11.50 break. I still also like the top end 12. That's been in, stop order's been in all morning long to go long on a 12 even break if we ever catch it.
Okay, guys, just getting this out for you guys. This DraftKings trade coming on you. Hot fire right now with DraftKings. Big time trade alert here. 45 cents in the money. I mean, we're slaying this dragon, and I want to give a big thank you to everybody who helped us bang this one out. What a trade on DraftKings. 37.60. We go long. We're waiting for the Oracle back up here to 90. Let's take some shares out right now. Big time win once again on Oracle. So Oracle alongside Kodak. We're still waiting for Rocket. We've got DraftKings. Bunch of winners in our pocket right now. Look at this trade back here on Oracle. We did hold some of this one. We got out a little bit on this break, but we go right back in on a VWAP break. Upside now, taking some out there, 89s. Let's see how high this thing wants to fly. I told you we had some problems up here at 56, so we'll give it to 56.95 or so for Oracle. But yeah, it's been a big day here. Needless to say, you see the damage that's being done, guys. Let's go, Bren.
Another one with an impressive looking daily chart, to say the least, here, guys. Home decor retailer Kirkland to the upside. This was a penny stock going back to May. It's now $11. So straight to the upside for Kirk, K-I-R-K, 14% today, guys.
All right, Kirk. All right.
No Captain Kirk jokes today, but certainly I will check out anything that has a parabolic move to the upside. That's going to be a good enough catalyst for me. I'm always looking to roll these ones over if I can. It's a two-pronged bump, so it's already probably shaken out a lot of people for the long. Maybe it does the rest here through like a 1065. It would look like. Got to make sure we got locates on this one, so I'll jump back in on that and see if we can get them. Kodak is trying to base out here. I see 825, a bit of a buyer, kind of stepping in and around that price. I was hoping it landed in front of 8. If that does happen, I'll try one more time, see if it gets a secondary push. We know how good the squeezes can be. Kirk on the radar as well. Just want to make sure we get some locates on this name.
Sorry, guys, just talking to the producer right now. Okay, yeah, good on that. Okay, we did get some out right now on DraftKings. Look at this, man. All upside talk there. We told you we're holding on to a third and then cashed most of it out here to that top side. So we know how DraftKings trades, and we're not going to hold these things forever. That's for darn sure. So we get out of some DraftKings there, and we're almost flat on that. So yeah, I don't know. We'll hit something. Idea. How about that ding? We got a good idea there, and I want to thank all of our viewers for some of those ideas. But look what's happening right now. Oracle, big time move here, Brendan. We're loving Oracle to the upside. This is a 10-cent plus winner. We're back, baby. We're slaying all them dragons, Brendan. All of them.
I love that graphic. So flattering. Oil time, guys. It's 10:30. It's Wednesday. That means crude oil inventories expecting a drawdown once again. Yeah, smaller than expected here on crude oil inventories. 2.6 expected. Comes in a drawdown of 1.6. Checked out the API number from Aftermarket yesterday. They were looking for a 4 million barrel drawdown. So much smaller than expected drawdown here, guys, right across the board. Back to you.
And you're welcome, Edwin, right there, Corretto, for that winning trade on Target. And I just wish I would have won more on Target. I think it's the biggest stock here today. We'll wait to see, though, on that one. I know Neil had a nice, actually, I guess it might be DraftKings for me anyways. Yeah, there you go, Edwin. Big time winner there. I just wish I would have held it all. Look at this, 148.35. I'm going to be talking about that all day on Twitter. So that's a big one right there. Thank you so much, Edwin, for that super chat. And we will check out oil as it's popping up.
Yeah, I just want to get to STFU. We did cover this. Brendan did a great job letting you guys know on BDU, and I have up here the NASDAQ trade halt page. You can see the code BDR right here. It is a news pending halt. That means it is not going to open up in 5 or 10 minutes. This would be custom. You have no idea. I mean, this thing could open at the end of the day. It might not reopen today. You really don't know. Keep your ear to the ground. Certainly, if it comes back up, we'll let you know. Brendan will have any news that's additional when it does come. But you always want to make sure you know what's going on. A good link here at NASDAQ Trader to be able to see for yourself, in addition, of course, listening to us.
All right. Yeah, we do have, don't we have a guest trader of the day coming on at some point today? We had some problems last time with our guest trader, and today we will have them coming on. And then coming up after the show, of course, we do have how short selling works. We do get a lot of questions on, hey, how exactly does short selling work? And what is it all about? So there it is. We'll come up with that information for you guys right after the show. That's 11:55. And then, I don't know if coming up 2 works for me. Oopsies. There it is. Yeah, topics. I don't really know the difference, stop limit versus stop order, so I'm going to do some research and find out what exactly that means. And then wish I knew what I knew before I started trading. I think that that's a big one that a lot of traders are asking for. You know, what are some of the things that Neil, myself, and Brendan all wish we knew before we came here and started trading? And I didn't know anything, but I now have 19 years of experience and showing with the grays here. So not just a pretty face, but also one that needs a shave every once in a while now. Not like when I was a baby. What's up, Brendan?
NMTR, just saw this one. If you're into the little penny stocks, this one's doing all kinds of volume. And I mean 57 million worth of volume. NMTR just coming up to $1 even here, up about 50%, guys.
Yeah, definitely. So worth a look if it's doing a significant volume. That's going to be your catalyst that you want here. In addition to news, you got to have volume on a low flow, on a penny stock. Otherwise, it's not worth your while. LUV, good out on the way back in. Maybe a little bit greedy on the long break that we had, but it's trying to put in another higher low here. Of course, you have the gap up and then holding 34.30, then held 34.50, and we're trying to hold this 34.80 mark, guys. If we can do that, I like a secondary push to the upside. Bullish on this name, obviously with the breakout that we already took. Let's see if we can't get something on the north side of 35 with this little like 34.80 as a bit of a stop side to the downside. SRNE still nothing in terms of a test of 11 even. However, Kodak at least, you know, I was looking for that base out maybe in front of 8. This news jump off was kind of right here, like 8 to 8.15. So not a horrible place to jump in with an 8 stop at 8.20, 8.25 or so. I'll go with the 8.25 break up. Actually, no, check that. Let's call it like 8.30 break to the upside, and then maybe give it to this recent low before I get back in.
This is why I have the best wife. She's asking me what kind of ribs to get at Costco. So I say baby back. She's saying they have side. So I say nepa on that one. We'll wait to get some baby back ribs, hopefully, from Costco there messaging me. So yeah, Costco memberships, all the rage. If you don't have one, not sure, it's 2020. Okay, Costco, 341. Hello, 340. I guess if you don't have a big family, you don't need Costco, that's for sure. 345, ripping up now. Look at this daily chart. Again, it's kind of a slow mover, but it doesn't get any more consistent than this stock, Costco. I actually didn't have any idea we're at 345, so we'll see about that. Not in play today. Just want to bring it up because the wife there messaged me, so it was on my mind. That's Costco. Oracle, we did dump some in the 90s, 95, 94 there. Was a surprise on the move up there, so that's why we got off so fast on that one. But yeah, Costco, you've been long Benny there since 300. Great trade. What's up, Brandon?
Another one that was pretty active in the pre-market, I noticed, Workhorse here, not really doing a heck of a lot, still up about 1% today, but in this range from the pre-market. There was a little bit of CEO chatter online in the pre-market, but no significant news here. Got back below 17. We'll see if we can break this low, maybe get back down to where we were yesterday. But Workhorse also to the upside today, guys.
I see you here, Aaron Smith. Thank you for the super chat. That was, I think, your second talking about Twitter both times. And one of the best things about this community, if you want to know what you guys can do for us here and for everybody, pay it forward, because I didn't have Twitter on the radar. But look at this clean 38.50 break. So I'm pretty sure the first super chat came with a chance to even catch that break. It's on volume here. We're now looking like we might test. Look, it's 39.20 as a break. So if it goes to 40, it's got to give you a secondary break here. But thank you for that. Share this with your friends. The bigger the community is, the more we can learn from each other. The more we can also see individual names. The big, vast market with lots of opportunities. It's not just the winners and what's on our watch list, which are all fantastic, but it's what we can all see going on here today in Twitter. A nice move to the upside on volume. Let's see if it can consolidate and give you a second break through 39.20.
I see a lot of questions about what MNTA is. You won't see me trading it, but it's just a rebate stock. So you buy and you sell. So you buy 17s and you sell 17s and you collect those rebates, but it's moving a little bit up. There's the deal with J&J. So if you want to look that up, why is it flatlined? A lot of you may be saying it's a stock that's up 70% today. And it's just like, I just went in and out here for a penny. But since then, it's just been going back and forth and around. So Niels trades these rebate styles. I don't, but that's what Manta is. So if you guys see that, then yes, sir. That's what it means. F-cell moving, I guess. Plug moving. There's a whole bunch of people talking a lot of different stock here as we go. I did want to talk about DraftKings here. We're still waiting for a move back above $38. So if that can break, then that's fantastic. But $38 coming sooner rather than later, hopefully on DraftKings. We've already taken some out upside. We are sitting here. I'm not going to tell you that we're not. We're sitting at 93 to get out of some. That's sort of been this little top there. We could take some 93s. I think the next stop is probably through 38. And I did want to say a big what up to everybody joining us on Hydration Nation. And there goes Oracle a little bit. Back upside now to 94, 93. We'll see if we take some more out here at 93. We'll take that. We just took some 94s out there on a move up. But yeah, we're making the money today, guys. We're making the money. What up, B?
Just saw a move on not Giant Tiger, Goodyear Tire, GT. Guys, Trump making some comments on how we should not buy Goodyear tires, but I'll let you decide on whether or not you want to buy Goodyear tires. There's also another one here, ChemBio, recent big high flyer, CEMI, just popped up on a volume scanner here. Big pop for CEMI, 2.8%. Going to check on this one, guys.
Yeah, don't know what's wrong there with Goodyear, but it is what it is. Maybe we'll check that out. Kodak, we talked about rolling into this one through 830. Just got back in 832 as we did get the break. If it goes through VWAP, test 850, I'll get some out in front of that. I'm not expecting necessarily a test at 9 even, and there actually is a shot that if it goes anywhere near there, I might be taking a bit of a short play. I think if it takes out the low, it's probably going to turn into a short at some point, but I'm going to play this long as it wants to try to rebound up here. So nice win so far on Kodak. I also wanted to get to Kirk. This was the other name that we mentioned. I was looking for a roll. It did not break 1060, so I'm always looking to catch these on the way down when it's moved up like this. Someone asked what a parabolic move was. Look, it's just anything in terms of like, it could be 10, 20, 30% in a short period of time, or it could be like 50 to 100% in, like 30 minutes, whatever it might be. It's simply most stocks have a nice uniform pattern of upside. Once you start getting exponential moves up in terms of the rate of the gain, that's what we're talking about. And Kirk has done that this morning. I just need to see the selling break one level here. If the 1060 goes, I think that's going to be it. I still have a stop order. I have shorts. I'm locked and loaded, ready to go. But I need it to break 1060 first. It's 1040. Let's go to Sector Watch with Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, let's have a look at the S&P 500 and we'll check out what is leading the market so far. We are positive once again, but only just 0.18%. For the S&P 500. Obviously, this group right here standing out as big-time negative today. We saw these guys pretty positive the past couple of sessions, so a bit of a pullback for the real estate group. UDR, ESS, and AIV among the leaders to the downside, but only that one, WY, 1.2% to the upside. The rest of the group, though, in negative territory. Yeah, I was kind of confused as where did it go? Let me find it. JKHY over here in the tech group. 8% to the downside. I haven't seen that one yet today. Going to look that one up. But NTAP, XRX, and a net here in the hardware group leading the way to the upside. STX, WDC, Western Digital up 1% on the session. So tech stocks are strong. Also consumer discretionary stocks having a nice day. There's Target, almost 12%. To the upside. ROST, TJX though, offsetting all of that and then some. So you can kind of get rid of these three and look to BBY. There's a couple other little ones in here adding a little bit of positivity. So this group is positive, but not as much as it appears. I want to talk about the way over here. Material stocks also in positive territory. FCX, we mentioned past couple of days, a little bit of news around it. 2.5%, AMCR 3.2%. Communication stocks as well. Twitter, top of the list here, 3% to the upside. LYV, 2.4% to the upside. And banks, real quick. We saw weakness over the past couple of days as well in the banking group. Back higher once again. 0.17% for the S&P, guys. Back over to you.
Thank you very much there, Brennan. Always good to see what's going on in the broader market and also anything that we might be missing out on. I did have that new position alert a bit on Kodak. It does not get the sustained breakthrough view up, but it at least is holding this sort of higher low off of this 810. Look, if it breaks 815, I'm gonna dump out of this one. I don't want to fight too much when fundamentally I think it should be going to the downside here. It did give you that first squeeze play and you had to jump out of that one very, very quickly. So it's going to be a relatively tight stop here at 815 if it does want to go. We'll be jumping right out of it. I want to go back to GRWG, which was a solid trade for us to the short side. You can see us getting out in front of the low of the day and then a basically break-even stop or maybe a few pennies worse than that on the other side of 19. It breaks the high and gives you another push up. And remember, this was also yesterday's top here on GRWG, 1960. Hold above that price, and I think you're going to get another opportunity to jump out. It's been a parabolic mover for a few sessions in a row now. I still, of course, am going to be looking for that one to come back in. We've gone 1 for 1 in the short. I don't think I'm done by a long shot with this one here, guys.
So I don't know what just happened there, but Nikola, for example, we got in there on that break of 48, so we're long at 48. That's great, but then someone was just auto-selling up here at 44.55. We're able to break that, and then it got up to 60, and we got out before it got slammed back down. So Nikola, we are long 48s. We did take some out there, 58s, and then 60s, I believe, was our best out there. Yeah, 58 and 60s out there. And look at Oracle. Oracle still mooning for us here. Hopefully that can get going. That's been a big time winner for us as well. So right now, Oracle back on spotlight for me. But Nikola is sort of the trade that I'm looking at right here. It's against because of the spread. But again, it's just a very strange one. There's some auto sellers up here. I think it's been such a big move to the north side today and the last couple days that I wonder if there is some profit taking here on Nikola. So we may have gotten ourselves, we're not in trouble because we're long right here, but we may want to just cash a little bit out here before we let this thing fall down. Look at the spread, 8-9 cents. I just think there's a lot of traders that have no idea what they want to do here on Nikola, so let's not step in their way, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at Nikola. I liked it a heck of a lot better if it got like a couple of dollars higher. But I am now watching at MTR. Thank you for the look here. I missed who actually was mentioning this on the chat, guys. But another break, and when it goes up past a pre-market sort of a pre-market breakout, you look at the daily chart as Brendan mentioned. Nothing really past that 8 except for the last time I went there and snapped right back in. There's just not a heck of a lot to see in terms of levels. So until it starts to sell off, I'm not really that interested in buying this one today, guys. If you caught that one on the break, that's great. I didn't see that set up. I'm looking for it to come back in so I can sell the heck out of it at some point. So you want to see consolidation and then a break of the bottom. At this point, I'd just use $1. But if you get a consolidation higher, you take the range break of that low, and then I'll be all over it. I do see Genius Brands on the board as well. I just got stopped out of Kodak, so we'll flush that one down the toilet. It's a tighter stop, only 15 pennies, but I just saw it come in almost $1. I don't want it taking out the bottom on me when I do like the shorts overall in Kodak.
Okay, $44. We just got out of some Nikola there. We were trying to get out earlier on this one, and now it's moving to the downside again, and that is Nikola. So we watch out for this ultimate break before we get out of everything. 43.80. I told you there's a crazy seller, but guys, It's a chicken dinner winner time because look at Oracle going straight to the upside. You know where to find this trade. I'll be posting it, but upside right now on Oracle, 56.10. Now, big time win on this name. So just keeps on ripping up, and away. This is why we get out of DraftKings as well. DraftKings now falling back down. My stop order should be somewhere around here. We'll find out where it is, and we'll get back to you. We'll get back to that after Brendan.
A little move in Facebook here, guys. Just searching through some of the headlines. Facebook employees internally question a policy after India content controversy, the latest one to come out. But big pop here on Facebook to the upside, 265 up to 266.5 on decent volume. So Facebook on watch here, guys.
Facebook. Yeah, Facebook, a big stock. Hit the siren alert for that one. Been loving that stock for a long time. So hopefully you guys also love Facebook. DraftKings, 37.25. We'll just use the end quarter as our out. We've absolutely monstered this stock. It's been a big time cowbell. This last 10% is going to fall down, though. Big surprise. I would love a coffee, Mr. Randy. Thank you so much for that. But look at Oracle, guys. 27. Bang for the slap shot win right there. Back today's high. We called that for you there, traders. So this is how we're doing it. We're doing this every single day, giving you these big wins. There's Oracle. What a winner. I hope you guys had that. You already see Target breaking records today. We did this yesterday with one of our trades. We got out way too early. And Walmart, it was something else yesterday. Nvidia, we took an $8 winner. It went like 20. But there we go now. Target to the moon here. And we gave that to you early. I hope some of you still hold on to that one.
Yeah, I'm watching Workhorse give it all back. It just turned into negative territory here. So the bullish sentiment pretty much gone here. Failed through 1750. It just made a big flush through 17 even. I'm going to like that level a little bit later on in the afternoon probably. If it does get any kind of a base, I'd watch for a 17 break. But for now, I'm going to be looking at the short opportunity through the bottom. Look, you just want to make sure you go to the daily chart here. If this thing were to give up at like 15, it's going to be huge in terms of at least an intraday short. I just think, and apologies, my 3-minute not working there, guys. So I just think, it'll go to the 1. What are you going to do? I just think that this trade right through yesterday's bottom at 1650 is going to be a solid one here. That's what I wanted to show you on the 3. Looks just as good on the 1 though, however. Going to still be watching Kodak through 8 even. It's holding. We have free shorts today, which is, I can't remember the last time we could short it without paying. I'm going to watch that 8 even break to the downside, but 780, the actual low, might be a scalp to that first level.
Okay, we did get out of some Oracle right now at 07. We're getting light on all of these longs as the futures did make a move up and we've cashed in pretty much on everything. We go longer again on DraftKings. I talked about taking some more shares down there in front of 37.25. So look, we just took 35s. It goes right in the money, 10 cents for us. So now we're looking for more. Nikola, we retake that long as well here. And again, I told you there was some sort of an auto seller up there. So if we get back up there, we'll have to dump these, but we do go long again at 30 this time. Still going to use this bottom of 44 and change before we have to get out of it. But it looks like we tried the long one more time. Let's see if Nikola wants to go. It looks like it's having a hard time getting through some of these levels. So let's take it off if we have to. What's up, Bren?
Allied Esports, every once in a while on a news headline, guys, this one pops up. AESE having a nice day today. This headline right here, it's tough to see, but I'll read it to you. Their recent tournament, Odyssey tournament, said a company viewership record online streams were 1.6 million live streams, guys, over a 6-day event. So AESE having a nice day up here, 36% so far.
36, I mean 36%, 66% on NNTR and still going to that upside. This is not, again, not one I'm going to be buying here. Going to be one I'm going to look to sell through. $1 right now is the target price. It's a moving target for me where I want to be selling this one. I can slide that one up to 105 depending on how far it goes. But for now, I'm still looking at $1 to be a seller. I also mentioned to you Workhorse there. If it breaks that 50, Nikola, on the other hand, and I apologize for that little wick there that you see at the top, it is starting to come back in just a little bit, but it's a very, very clean trend to the upside. My 3 should still be working now. There we go. Just worth looking at this level, which is what, kind of interests me. You get that failure at 44.60 yesterday, pre-market top, rolls all the way down into 41 support, which again is the bounce off. I don't know how we can't look at 44.60 as a potential breakup here on Nikola, and you can short in front of it as well. And look at this. Look at the size of this coffee that we just got a refill with. It's not the Trader TV mug, but we'll go with it. Go big or go home, Randy. So 44.60 I like, but I'll also take a shot here short in front of it. I'll pray for that one here. Shorting in this space today, looking at a move like that can be dangerous, but I love that 44.60 level.
Okay, we are watching Nikola here. It looks like it's going to break back down. We're going to give it all the way back down here, 44.85 to go on Nikola. We'll try it. It's been a strong one. Oracle, 27 cents, right back to day's high. This is really the stock that I'm pretty proud about here because we go long at 76 on VWAP, and then we take it again. That's how much we believed in it once again. You won't see me average in too many times because of the share sizes, but we'll wait to see how high this one wants to go. We're still holding some of this, so pretty happy with how this trade's turning out. DraftKings, we have that long as well. Again, we took that long down here, giving it to 37 and change as well. The VWAP all the way back downtown. So we'll see if it can get going one more time here on DraftKings, Nikola, Rocket Mortgage, Kodak, everything in play right now. Let's just see if we can make any money on any of these. But for right now, it's Brendan at the big board with Money Talks.
Hey guys, this one for Abdul watching on Facebook today, guys. Yes, we talk about currencies in this segment, Abdul. Come over to YouTube as well. We have a nice chat, we talk, we discuss things. Lots of things going on in currency world here. I wanted to talk about US dollar index. We mentioned that yesterday. Again, a daily time frame over here. We surpassed recent lows on the dollar index here, but bouncing back up a little bit today. So a little bit of a retracement for some of these. The euro included, down 0.2% back to 119. Our Canadian dollar here back below 76. We did get above at the end of the day yesterday, 76, but just barely here. We're basically flat on the day. British pound is also lower. We have Australia and New Zealand kind of offsetting each other today, not really doing a heck of a lot. A little bit of a spike for both the Japanese yen and Swiss franc to the upside as well. And yeah, cryptocurrencies 2 days in a row now to the downside. You can see Ethereum 4% move back to 411 for Ethereum. We also have Bitcoin down about 2% on the day, holding below that 11,800 level. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Nikola here. We're still trying to give it that room. We did go long again at 44.13. And I just posted it there, Brendan. Thanks for the tip there. Where is our Apple? There it is, Apple. We'll take a bite out of 2 trillion. We talk about this. I've decided to do the Jim Cramer method of trading Apple, and that is own it, don't trade it. I'm embarrassed to tell you where I'm long. It's way lower than where we're at right now. And this is going to go 4 for 1 on my Lewis Daniels does not have a date, but on August 24th, I believe shareholders of record get 4 to 1 on Apple. So whether or not that's creating this little bump up or not, we'll see. But Apple, I keep saying it, but the best stock you could ever buy or own. Even my kid, 18 years old there, told me, he goes, Dad, yesterday I got a dividend from Apple. I didn't even realize that I was to get that, but I'm very proud of you, my son, for starting to invest and following the old man's footsteps. So keep that going. This is a big trade too. Oracle right now, 56.21 to the upside, and my guy's going to University as well, looking to do some damage there over in University, but just keep on putting your money into stocks. If you're a young one, that's my advice.
Yeah, watch out. Workhorse just broke the bottom here. 1650 on the bottom end. We'll do the little scalp idea for the first little bit of it. You're a bit late to this party. It did turn negative, and we mentioned that on sort of a multi-day look that we did like this from yesterday's price break. This was afternoon support. If it goes any lower than this first hump here, I'm looking at about 16 even to try to run this trade in. So we'll take the quick 10-cent scalp. Looking for 25 to 30 on the rest of the position. So Workhorse coming back. Anytime I get a double top like this, yesterday's high, cannot break through off of the open. I'm going to be looking to short it, probably too late here, but a winner is going to be a winner. That's a setup you got to like. I'll jump in when it does the bottom break as well there. So nice trading there. Kodak, 13 pennies away from 8. I'm going short on that breakout. And I did mention formerly a penny stock. Brendan said this one, and a couple of you guys were talking about NMTR. I will be short it now when it breaks 105. Forget about one even. I'm going to jump into the south side trade there as well. Nikola, I'm going to go both ways off that 44.60. I'll go long if it breaks 60s, but I'm taking my shot if it rolls over at that multi-day high, 44.60.
Me and Valeria are doing stretches over here, so good one on that one. Okay, yeah, just looking over here at a few different names and seeing if we can't capture a little bit of spread on a few different things. Neil just talked about Nikola, so that's good. Oracle 27, look at that. We just took some out upside there. We told you we were holding about a third of our position. It's much lighter now. We dumped it as we went above 56, so that trade's still to come as well. Hopefully more money to be made there on Oracle. But again, we're getting close to that time. We talk about that all the time on the show. We talk about time all the time. And that is that you don't want to be trading too much into 11 o'clock. I did get a direct message. I entered like 40 something yesterday. Was still some more in the inbox. So we'll get to that. But someone asked me about he's located in London, I believe, and that he can only trade the open for us. And what does he do? Do we advise trading the close? I do, as long as you do have a plan of action there. I think trading the close is a good one there for you. Okay, here goes Nikola. There we go. We're going to be out of Nikola we just did. No, we did not yet. We're going to be out of Nikola soon, as it does come very close to our breaking spot there. Look, we tried it, and it just no mas right now for Nikola today. So we give back a little bit of the money that we just made there on Oracle, but for right now, it's Nikola downside with a big spread. Maybe you have to take some of this off just in case it does want to tank down.
Yeah, the bottom end of that range looking like about 43.75 on Nikola. I'm trying to see if I can get in front of it, and then the second end on the short would be out in front of 43.50 around VWAP on that little pullback play. I still like a 44.60 break if it happens. If we can get it, that's great. I do want to jump back to that NMTR because finally, I do get into it on the roll. Look, I'm not going to sit here guessing at where the top is going to be. You get into trouble if you did that all the way up. You're not around to be able to trade this. I do take some at 4 and some out in front of a buck. The idea being to scale all the way out of this trade back into VWAP. That's a retracement I like. I believe Brendan has something for us. What do you got there, buddy?
Just updating this Goodyear tire, little headline on Goodyear tire. We're kind of sitting here around 950, not really doing much, but had that big spike to the downside on volume. Yeah, President Trump calling for a boycott of Goodyear tire because they banned his campaign hats, those red hats. Not allowed to wear them, I guess, in Goodyear tire stores. Not entirely sure. Just relaying the message. No opinions. Guys,
Don't shoot the messenger on that one?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I have no idea what that even means. But Nikola here, we get the first target. We'll go with, I don't know, some fireworks action for this trade. I think the bigger fireworks actually could be at some point if we get a 44.60 break. But for now, let's play the retracement. Quickly taking a 30-cent win. We'll go for the second half in front of, like I said, 43.50 for about 50 to 60 cents, maximum 70-penny winner on Nikola. This is not the type of trade or setup where you're necessarily looking to hit the gigantic home run. I'm not expecting it has to roll over and then retest 42s. For me, it's just a simple consolidation lower off of what was a key level, not just the high of day. Also go back and it was yesterday's top. So that's why I like 60s. We catch that rollover consolidation trade. Working well for us now, first half out. I will slide my stop to break even once we've gotten half out like I usually do. So 44.20 becomes my stop on Nikola. We're still holding Workhorse here. It's at 16.40. We got 50 short. We've already taken some profit. Our target is in front of 16 even to get the rest out, guys.
Okay, yeah, we're cruising here for a bruising. We just got out of that Nikola on that drop back down, and again, I can't hold it, so we get out there on that drop. We are going to go back long if it does break back above 44 and give this guy one more chance. What's up, B?
Another spike here, guys, on Mankind. We saw this earlier, a little bit of a pop up to 184. MNKD now up to 190. Volume still coming into this one. Still not seeing news on this, but Mankind worth a look, guys.
Well,
not the wrestler, but yeah.
It's not the wrestler? Oh, God.
Anybody that knows who that might be. I do want to jump back to a name from yesterday that you gave us, Brendan. MICT is continuing to sort of its flush. It's down 15%. It just sort of popped on my radar. As you did get a break here at 450, it now looks like it wants to test consolidation lower. When you look at the move that it had, yeah, this is real. It was absolutely ridiculous, parabolic to the upside. That's a key break here. This was a previous level at 430, so I think it's sitting right at that bid at 430 now. It did give you one break and got to 420. I'd short it in front of 450, but I would look at a low-end break to see if it can come even further back in. Short sell is going to be restricted to an uptick or getting in off of the offer, so watch out for that one. The spread, a couple of pennies at a time as well. NMTR, this is what you got to do sometimes. It's about that patience. We did it here. Now we can start the disco ball action. I wait for it to roll. This is what I like to hunt for. It's going to be a penny stock in a minute or two, and when that does happen, we'll get this one out in front of VWAP. So we got a 104 short. I did take some out in front of a buck here at 101 and 102. Now we're going to look to see if we can get 95 to 98, the rest of the shares out. Maybe I'll hold on to 10, 20% to see if we can get a push down to 90 cents. I know yesterday I got out of a penny stock a little bit too early when we had a good short on. Don't want to do the same thing again today, but you got to take your profit and run, especially when most of the direction has been to the upside on a name like NMTR. Nickel 35 cents in the money. We're very, very close to our target here, getting that 40, 50 pennies, guys.
Okay, yeah, been a good day here. As we continue to go, we'll just keep looking at some few names for you. Oracle, again, I'm just hopping them out, not doing much on that one. DraftKings, pretty disappointing right here and not moving at all for us, really is DraftKings right now. Let me call that up quick time. There it is right here. 32 still. I mean, it's not moving, it's stuck. We did go long there. It does go all the way up here to 60. That would have been probably a good idea to get some out up there. So we'll see if that happens again. But I'm still waiting for a run to happen. But look at this market. Now finally going to the upside, so maybe that run is close to coming up. But yes, European update right now with Valeria.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe is mostly positive today. Switzerland is leading up 1.19%. Britain is up 0.49%. France is up 0.54%, and Spain is up 0.47%. British Airways owner IAG is up more than 6% on the news that UK's government was working with Heathrow Airport on a plan to shorten number of days that travelers must be in quarantine. That's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
I see a question here from Roki1. Has either one of us ever seen a stock tank within $2 of a century mark, or is that a myth due to buying anything close to it for a win? I'm not sure I'm following the entirety of the question. Maybe if you could just sort of reframe it there to get a better picture of what you're talking about. I do want to jump back over to Nicola very quickly. It is looking like it's holding. I have a couple of passive bids, which I don't always love on this name. Not quite all the way to view up. I did say 43.50 was a bit of a target. It has stalled a little bit shy of that. Let's see if it can push. I'm going to move my stop up to 44 just to make sure we lock in some profit. So no longer going to give it to like this 44.35, 44 or 44.40 area. I still like the break. If we can catch 44.60 through the top at some point, I still like it. This short is just one of those quick retracement plays. Doesn't mean we're against going long through the top end of Nicola here. Very, very close to our target, but I'm going to likely let it trade down and then aggressively get out instead of sitting passively, guys.
Okay, just trying to get some more shares here. Okay, DraftKings now finally, we said we'd get some out if it came back up here. I don't know if this is the right spot or not, but there is some size here at 50, so we'll need to get that tested out. So we just did take a little bit out there for 9-cent win. We are long at 40, so we take some out for 49s. See that? Exceeds 50 and then turns around. So just a little pro tip there. You may want to get out when you see some size in front of a level like that. So we do get out of 20% of our position. So like we always talk about on the show, if you're joining us for the first time, you kind of know how we roll here, and that is that we talk all about our trades and what's the right ones, what's the wrong ones, how we're getting in and how we're getting out. So DraftKings right now, we take them out at 49. That's the 20% mark that we're looking for right there on DraftKings, guys. Good little out, 49s. Hopefully it breaks through 50, and we can get back up to this consolidation area, 80s or so. That's the name that I'm looking for right now. DraftKings up here near 80 would be where I consider taking some more out.
Yeah, just another name which is just continuously a high flyer. It's going to look very similar to what we just saw, at least in terms of a pullback on Nicola. But Overstock, another push up. I mean, what a break, another 10%, well, at least from the bottom here, 10% to the top. It's come back and trying to hold VWAP. You're going to see 124-ish, it would be VWAP, but this is the double bottom you want to see, 123.25. That's worth a look for a scalp trade to the downside. However, if we bounce to the upside, I saw the same setup in Overstock a few days ago. You got a very, very small win if you took it to the sell side trade, and then it gave you a nice little long back into the high of day. So I'd be looking initially for the bounce play. If it holds 123, you're wanting to get something like a 125 buy and then take it out in front of that high. It gives you like $2 or $3 to win. when you're risking 1 or 2. I like that setup. I'm going to get you guys back to what should be a penny stock, but is trying not to be. NMTR, we're still in the money on this. I got some out at 98. It tried to come back in here. I have not slid my stop past break even. If it breaks 105, I'll be out of this one. Otherwise, I need to see it go into the 95-cent range before we get all flat on this name. I just took some more shares at 98. So another win here on NMTR. You got to be patient for these shorts when they come in. Brendan, what do you have for us?
Another earnings name here, guys. LMPX, LMP Automotive reported earnings. It looks like a big move to the upside today, 14%. Struggling here at 1450. Let me change to this. You can see 1450 here, 1450 here, looking like a little bit of resistance. Recent highs here, though, for LMPX, guys.
All right, Kodak, still waiting for that to do something. DraftKings is what we're looking at now. Look, the size came back down. So, yeah, there it is. Like we talked about, that's why we take some out there. We only did take out 20%. I could lie and tell you we took out more, but we did not. So that's not a good trade for us right now. But it does break that 30 level. And then now we'll see what happens to the rest of this. I still think there's going to be a level. Let's see if I can scroll down here. 50. I don't see all the books because I don't have that many levels set. But there is some action at 50. We're just going to wait to see how much there is. We'll get some more out before 50 again, but DraftKings falls to that kill spot and does not get us out. So we'll wait to see if on that one what the damage can be done to DraftKings here. My out is going to be down, getting very, very close. 37.20, breaking this level. We almost broke it right there. We're going to give it to 37.20 on the downside here. But we're long hella everything right now. Oracle's a nice little 29-cent win. We don't have an Oracle thing to hit, so I'll just hit the cowbell. Those of you that have been trading Oracle, thank you for the love today, for sure. One name that always gets talked about that for some reason I don't think we looked at today, I apologize if we did, but that's Plug Power. Yeah, talk about some breaks. Break here was a great one, 1340. Break here at 1350, also a nice one. And then you get upside right now of 1385. So watch out here. Plug making new day's high right here on a daily chart. What does this name look like? Wow, Plug Power, good one there. And you guys know this is, again, another talk of all things energy. So look out for these names. Oracle going, Rocket finally going here. We're long at 58. We just took some out there at 81 for a nice little 25-cent win. And then we'll wait to the backside. We did get out of half down here off of this long. So that's a 20-cent loss right there after capturing already some there. So Rocket, we could go back, turn this trade positive for you on Rocket Mortgage. Still waiting for upsides of $21 on Rocket. I don't know if we get there, but we're waiting.
Yeah, I'm all out of Nicola here. I talked about getting aggressive, so it's this slam to the downside. I see an offer and then hit it. Sitting on the bid can be good sometimes. I think when I look at the name here and it had a spread of 5-10 cents at a time, you look for selling to jump in, and then you take advantage of it by removing liquidity off of the offer. So we do get a 55-cent win right in our wheelhouse in front of VWAP. The nice little retrace and trade working well on Nicola here, but the only thing I'm going to have in addition, well, if it goes down to 41, I think we'd certainly like to test that as support. I don't think it's going to happen. So 44.60 remains a break. I still have a stop to go long through that price. And sort of speaking of stops, we are coming up today. We are releasing a video on short selling, guys, and we get a lot of questions about shorting, why to do it, how to do it, what does it mean. We always say this: do not short without an out. One of the risks, of course, the stock can go up to infinity. You have to know where you are wrong when you short sell something and have some kind of a stop order or something that gets you out of that position. You do not want to look at what happened over there in Kodak. Off 820 and you're sitting at a 10% loser to the upside and you're wondering what to do. You put a stop in at a key level, you save yourself some money. It's a good way to make money trading, but you have to have an idea of what you're looking for. Looks like Nicola does come to VWAP, so yeah, we could have had a little bit more here, but my structure in that pullback is to get out usually in front of VWAP if I'm bullish overall in the direction of trade and in that name, which I kind of am in Nicola. That's why we're going long through 44.60.
All right, yeah, Nicola, we're out of that. I'm holding small position just to see what it wants to do. Would love for it to come back here, like we said, 43 would be pretty cash money, and that's the thing. We identified for you when we got into Nicola that there was a huge seller up here at 44.50, so that's $1.20 ago, right? So hopefully you're able to capture some of that profit there on that short. Good trade. Now moving to the downside here goes Nicola. So Neil just talked about it, so we'll leave that alone. 40 cents right now as Oracle goes to day's high. So that's a siren for all y'all traders out there right now as we just make new highs on this. And we're going to get out if we can at 24 here. But that's a banger alert all day long on Oracle. Big trade. We crushed it yesterday. We're crushing it again today. That's Oracle Rocket Mortgage. Oracle 38 cents in the money. Everything moving for us nicely right now, guys. Brandon, what up, bud?
One from yesterday, guys, or 2 days ago and yesterday. Forward Industries here, FORD on the NASDAQ, coming back into some pretty interesting levels here from yesterday right at the close. So 175 to 180 was resistance right at the end of the day yesterday for Forward Industries. Volume down again today as expected, but about day 3 for this one, guys.
Yeah, just because volume's down does not mean it is necessarily done. Workhorse is still sliding to the downside here. I do still have, you can see on the position board, we still have that break at 1650. It holds this 60 level here a couple of times. You know, certainly gave you a shot at a reentry. I'm going to be one and done here. Anytime I've missed that much of the move, I'm not necessarily thinking I want to be overly aggressive this far away from previous resistance at 17. So we can get out in front of 16 even. Fantastic trade for us. Both Nikola and Workhorse were sort of these pullbacks. But you can see here, Nikola, obviously the stronger name, still holding the top end of its range, whereas we're looking at fresh lows on the session here in WKHS. I am still kind of looking over at Sorrento. We don't want to be done with this name altogether. I have a breakout at 1150 that we'll do. We had a good short off the open. We then picked a nice little bottom pick off of 11 for a winner. Now I need to break out of the range. 1150 break to the upside. I will be taking it when it happens, but order is still locked and loaded. It's just that SRNE is starting to flatline a little bit as we get into that lunchtime hour, people. It's certainly going to still be a trade. I think Kodak will still be a trade at some point. Now you don't want to overtrade at this time. This is when you want to be assessing what were your best symbols to look at, what are your best levels, you know, like that possible level break that we both like on Nikola, but I'm watching this SRNE here through 1150. I know very soon we're going to be coming up to our guest trader of the day. I know it's going to be a fun one, as you guys always love it. I want to jump back over to Twitter because one of our members here, thank you for pointing this one out. It is still not tested 40 even. That could happen. It looks like it's trying to test 39.50. It's 40 that I would like to be able to fade. And we had a question about do we turn around off even numbers? Sometimes you just want to see if there is size on level 2. The first time it tests a big one, and I do that by simply jumping here, scrolling down. If it gets up to that price, if I see a big seller, I might jump in front of it for a very, very quick in and out trade the first time it tests that level. So I'm looking for that at 40 on Twitter, not necessarily 39.50. It's already up rather handsomely. I think there could be a nice short opportunity in front of that 40. Not there yet, but if it gets there, that's what I'm watching, guys.
All right, we are ready for our guest of the day, so let's throw it over to the big guy at the big desk. What up, Brandon?
Hey guys, yeah, it is that time, about 10 minutes after 11 here in the Eastern time zone. Yeah, guest trader of the day brought to you by Lewis Daniels Watches. Thank you so much to Lewis Daniels Watches. Everyone that came on in July, everyone coming on in August, and even some in September getting a Lewis Daniels watch are a great sponsor for this segment for the past few weeks. We are holding off, guys, on any further applications to come on as a guest trader until after Labor Day. So if you do want to join us as a guest trader, wait until after Labor Day. We're booked right through until the end of October at this point. So just a note on if you are interested in coming on as a guest trader. Sean King was interested and has come on as a guest trader. Good to have Sean King with us for the first time on the show. Sean, a busy morning. If you're looking at specific names this morning, lots to do. What were you looking at?
I jumped into Target this morning. I looked at that list, so I jumped in there, got in and out very quickly. I think I have a quarter of my shares left. I started playing ticker symbol WATT. I saw some news that they were released and they had a big uptrend going. So I jumped in there. I think I about have half my positions left. So those are kind of the ones I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, love it. Saw that Watt pop up on a volume scanner myself this morning. Let's get back into it here. We'll throw it back over to Neil and Sean.
What's up, Sean? Nice name there, and I did want to give a big shout out to you also for that. I don't know if you still have that, but you had a tweet out there that did pretty good, and it was your setup. Great trader setup there that you have, and I can see that you have the professional mic and everything. What got you into day trading? How long have you been a day trader, and what is your story, if you don't mind sharing it?
I got into trading back in high school. We had a assignment to do where we were given I guess it'd be paper trading in a way, and we all had to invest. I invested in the airlines, did pretty well, jumped in and out here and there, And then, of course, with this whole shutdown with the coronavirus, I got pretty bored sitting at home. I took a small investment, threw it in Robinhood, and then eventually moved it to the Ameritrade, some other platforms. It's just fun for me. It occupies me during the day, and it's a very good source of income and just knowledge.
Great. So you talk about source of income. Do you trade generally the whole day? Do you sort of stop kind of when we do around noon? What has been your experience on different times of day? And with that being said, do you trade like us where you sort of get in and out, or will you hold that target position maybe for a swing trade, a couple days a week, something like that? What is your style? More aggressive, kind of like we are, mix of both? Why don't you go ahead and let our viewers know?
I do a couple day trades a week. I don't want to get, I'm still in that PDT rule,
Okay.
so I don't want to get too overzealous. But I do jump in, I think, across the different platforms, I'll do 4 or 5 day trades a week. I do a lot of swing trading. But as far as the day trades go, I try not to chase stocks very much. I know a lot of people get involved in chasing and the FOMO. And so I'll jump in and get out very quickly, just some, secure some profits so I don't lose.
Yep, good.
I want to jump in here because
style.
you said something there, Sean. That is very interesting to me, though. So if you're in that PDT rule, limited number of trades, you don't want to chase things. Certainly, do you have a checklist that you follow to be able to put a trade on? Obviously, there's going to be all kinds of setups when you're looking at a market like this with all kinds of volatility and gappers every day. Do you have a checklist you follow through where it's like, if it's going to be the one, I got to make sure all of these things are filled? How do you go about that? Because I know I can see 10 things that I like in the morning, and whittling it down to like 3 or 4 can be a challenge.
Yeah, I usually go by, so I get up in the morning pretty early. I know you guys gave some sites out like the Market Chameleon. I use Bazinga Pro and check some new sites. I'll check the volume, what's coming in and out. I like to play VWAP a lot, so I'll see what's testing there. If something I like or something I see that could possibly go well, I'll jump into a small position. If it hits my criteria, I might add to my position. And I just kind of trade throughout the day on those standards.
Awesome. That's what definitely like to see. I want to quickly jump back into the market here. Just I did adjust my stop on Workhorse, but we're getting very, very close on Kodak to taking out the actual low of the day. That's at 1780. It is still sliding to the downside. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to take any long positions for me anymore in this name. 780 is going to be a bit of a break to the downside. Unfortunately, Workhorse, that second half, probably going to break out back to the upside. I mean, we're shorting at the bottom here, so I'm going to go break even stop on the rest of it. Sometimes you get late to a party, and I think you mentioned not chasing. If it's a directional trade for me, I don't necessarily mind shorting through the low of the day on something like a Workhorse. If I have a couple of reasons to like the level, it can't just be like, oh, this is low right now, let's go sell it. If I look to the higher time frame here, Sean, and sort of can go to like my 3 and look at the afternoon yesterday and it does that break, as someone who can do 1,000,000 day trades a day if I want to, I don't mind scalping that one here off of a level like that if I have a couple of reasons to do it. But like you said, I'm not going to dig in too deep. It's going to be a break-even stop for me. I'm not sure Workhorse wants to go any further, but I'm going to give it some room to see if I can't get that 16 to 16.10 out to the downside here.
Okay, yeah, that's Workhorse there. Oracle, a big trade to go as well. So you're still in that target, Sean, I guess?
I have about a quarter of my position left.
Yeah, looking at this here, nice little top side 154.50 might be a good spot to maybe trim down to 10% or so. Your trade, obviously, I got out right there. You talked about wanting to make sure you always capture your profits. Yeah, I do probably a little too early, and that's the one thing that I'm going to learn to try to do better at, and that is hold some of these calls. But again, we always say it here, Neil and I trade with drastically different share sizes, and your share size, trade your own book. That's the one thing that I always tell everybody when we sit down and trade. You got to trade your own book, put your own risk into the trades that you believe in, and I'm really glad you targeted Target today. Was it just earnings? Was it VWAP down here? You mentioned that you're a VWAP trader. What was it exactly that maybe let you hold this? And then more importantly, was it our watch list? Was it some of those other resources that you used that brought you towards this name today?
It was definitely the watch list. I actually did not pay attention to Target too much. I've been looking at Facebook and some and Tesla.
Sweet.
I saw it dip all the way down to 147, I think.
Yeah.
I pretty much gambled at this point. Thank God I didn't roll snake eyes, and from there I did pretty well. Started taking it out a quarter position at a time.
All right, good. Yeah, good call there. And here it comes, 53.40. So targets on board. My biggest winner today that I currently have on is Oracle. We loved Oracle, but as you can see, a bunch of ins and outs here. 51. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Okay, my screen was gone there. 51 fills on Oracle, but back up to the day's high, and we only have that small 10% on. So that's Oracle for me today. We'll see if we can't capture a little bit more profit to the upside, but I have to run, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, I got a nice winner here. We got a break of VWAP on NMTR. 95 does go. Like I mentioned, I was always going to hold some of this for that break. We talk about this sort of ramp to the upside, a pullback off of 92. I'll be all flat if we get 92. The key thing here, and I'm going to ask you a quick question about short selling. We're going to be talking about it in our market wisdom video. For me, if I see a parabolic move up, I want to make sure I'm waiting for a key level to be broken downside. That's what we did here. I'm not going to guess the top. I think it's a dangerous game when you're going counter trend. And the short seller, you're obviously going to be counter trend often if you want to make any profits. John, do you first of all, is short selling part of your strategy? First, secondly, do you ever pick tops, even pick bottoms, I guess would be the reverse end of that question. Is that something you ever try to do here? Are you looking at breakouts primarily, or do you look at support and resistance and are willing to go in both directions off of a level if you can find it?
I have not done much short selling. I was actually waiting for your video to come out to learn a little bit more. I'm still, like I said, only a couple months into trading. I've done very well, and I'm not big on going into new areas without doing my diligence and learning more. But I do look at key levels if I want to jump in and out of those trades.
Yeah, that's what that's what it's all about. One thing you just said there, which is you don't want to just jump into new things. You should only ever put capital towards things which are a positive expectancy for you. And everything else you should be trying to learn and trying to get better at. So, I don't care how long you've been trading. If you do something new, throwing capital at it when you have no idea if it's going to work for you is just nonsensical, right? Like, I mean, how many times do you hear a story about certain gamblers, I won't name any names here, a certain famous poker player, Phil something, I don't know, who loses a bunch of money doing a bunch of other things. He's fantastic at two things. Unbelievable poker player. Unbelievable when it comes to baccarat. But the guy will lose like thousands of dollars playing golf or something like that. It's like, that's fine if you want to have some fun. But for us as traders, you want to make a living, throw capital at what works. I happen to be good at shorting some of these penny stock names here. Thankfully, NMTR, I'm all done, guys. 92 I just gave you as a target. We got about 80% of the position off before VWAP here. We're going to be all done, a 104 short on the way back in. All out here, the rest at 92 and some change. Guys, so nice look here on NMTR. And a big shout out, Brennan. Thank you for getting this name to us. Actually, I think it was somebody even from the chat that mentioned it. So I love this community. You got to pay it forward, guys. You guys pay it forward to us here with some of the names that you call out. Even Twitter wasn't on my radar today. Sean, is there anything that you haven't traded yet that you are looking at possibly for something a little bit later on, or just sort of getting close to on your radar, maybe for a swing trade the rest of the week or a trade this afternoon?
There's a couple things I'm looking at. I'll be honest, I lost big on Sorrento yesterday. I stepped away for the last hour or two to not pay attention to the news, come back this morning, and it was just all bad for me. I've been looking heavily into the EV space, though, SPAC, Workhorse. I have a small position in Workhorse as well. A couple of those areas. I know you mentioned the Hennessy yesterday. So it's basically my main focus right now of what I'm trying to jump into. Also Tesla. I'm going to see how that split goes.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about that catalyst certainly on Tesla. Of course, you're seeing it ramp to the upside. I liked the scalp trade on Tesla today. Certainly we've been looking at breaks throughout this last couple of weeks since the announcement, or last few sessions since the announcement. What I liked for this trade here was what I saw yesterday when we got an even dollar break was very, very similar. A couple of dollars shy of it, we had like a morning high. And then when it took out the even dollar, it went that $3 and then gapped up another 2 and you couldn't even get in. It then tested the actual pre-market high. So if the same thing happens again today, I said I would get in earlier at a better price, which is what we did. I ended up getting it at like 97 instead of evens and then out in front of the pre-market top. So I like having a target for in and out of a scalp there. And again, there's all kinds of ways you can play it. If you got an earlier breakout, you're holding for a bigger move. If it breaks in the afternoon, you're probably looking for more than $7, maybe like 20 or 30. But Brendan's got something for us. can't keep them waiting. What do you got, buddy?
Just watching this one here in New York, guys. We talked about this one quickly yesterday. Big mover to the upside yesterday. This is one from the educational group. So one international education to the downside again today. So just broke that day low there on a volume spike. We got as high as 640. Right at the end of the day yesterday. That ended up being the level this morning. But through day lows here, back to 550 for ONE. Guys.
All right, Lewis Daniels watch. Sean, you'll be getting one of those soon, I think, and we'll organize that with you. Brought to you by Lewis Daniels. They're nice. You'll pick the color and what you want from them as well. Look at Oracle now breaking through the top side, Oracle. So and this was one that we should have held more on, and more like you, Sean. I've been a little more patient with some of these trades, just like you were with Target there. So good little look there. I did want to say to everybody, share the show, like it, subscribe, join, all of that. Sean, why don't you tell the viewers what your favorite thing about the show is, and we'll see what people on the chat think as well. So Sean, go ahead, tell people what your favorite part of the show is, if any.
I jumped into the show April. I believe I just saw it on Twitter somewhere. Jumped in the show. Before I first got into trading, I was actually not doing very well. Started to pay attention to your guys' positions, what you're talking about, what your entry and exit points. That's what I mostly love about the show. You guys are very informative. You keep up to date on everything. You engage the community very well. And just your perspective on trading as a whole, I think would help any new person coming into the stock scene.
Good, perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, we agree as well. That's why we keep doing it, and we keep telling everybody to follow us all on Twitter, on Instagram, and everywhere. We'll try to build this community as big and as proud as we possibly can. Nicola, I am looking. You talked about the EV space there, Sean. It's interesting to me as well. We get big runners there. We can make some big money. We can also lose some big money, but 43.70 here on a break. I don't know. Why did I just put in there? I put it for a stop order there, 66. Not sure why, but we'll see here. 43.70 looks like a good little spot there for Nicola. So we'll put our order to go long through that break of that target. And yeah, we'll just keep on going. Target, like we talked about there, and I don't want to talk about it because I know that you're long, but we did fall off from that 154.50 level now. Watch out, even though the market is kind of doing absolutely nothing today, bottom of 86. Like top of 92, are we really sitting here in a 5, 6, 7 handle range today? Pretty bad, but I like to use the indicators here. I mean, look at Oracle, 51 cents up. Sometimes it's not the market that you pick, it's the stock that you pick. And here we go, Oracle, nice little runner for us today. Sean, you have a TikTok account?
I do not.
Okay, good. I was just wondering, not good, doesn't matter if you do or not, but Oracle getting invested possibly in TikTok, and we've seen the sort of the move that can happen once you get some sort of good talk here. Oracle back above its 50-period moving average, so Oracle's a name here that I've got on now, 51 cents in the money, guys.
Yeah, you talk about the market not doing anything. You're just dead on about the sideways action. That's why we send out a watch list each morning, and you mentioned there, Sean, you're looking for things that are going to be in play, and you keep it to a reasonable number because when nothing's happening, you can get in and out of trades and seeing a million different signals. But one that we didn't trade today, and look, we've been all over this space. I mean, trading Tesla, trading Nikola, trading Workhorse, not necessarily Plug, at least for me today. And look, I'm just going to watch a couple of levels here on Plug. We've already sort of gone, you can look at the parabolic move. We got some fresh highs, so there's really nothing to look off of on the daily chart. You can just sort of look at today's action, but look at this nice consolidation in front of 14 even. I think if we slide back below, that similar trade that I like for a scalp into VWAP is going to potentially be there. But I'm also interested in these sort of higher lows that it puts in. If there's an afternoon base, like 1350 to 1360, I don't know if you've seen this, Sean, but I've certainly seen it over and over again. We're like 1:30, 2 o'clock, some of the biggest runners. If they give a pullback in that shakes some people out, you get that other push. If it holds a nice level that you saw from the morning, you get another bounce to the upside. I'd be watching that if we can hold 1350 on Plug, and maybe it would be like a 14 break, or maybe just even going long in front of it. That 1350 on a bounce could be something to watch in the afternoon. Of course, we'll be live doing our market wisdom. Maybe we'll see that trade then, but who knows? Plug definitely on the radar for a pullback and bounce somewhere around VWAP for me.
Yeah, our market wisdom page coming up. We'll go for the topics right now with you guys. The topics are as follows. Please see, what am I, to the right or to the left of me? But there it is, all the topics there. We don't need to go over them, but that's them there. Make more money trading. So that's obviously one that I'll try to be watching myself as well as hosting. So trying to make more money trading and figure out what that's all about. Sean, have you visited our Market Wisdom page at all?
Every night I do. I watch your videos as much as possible.
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah, Market Wisdom, big time. Look there if you want to. Anybody that has not visited, you can check it out. I think there's over 90 videos or so right now, all for free. So definitely check us out. We'll drop that link as well. Stock Market Wisdom by Trader TV Live. So a lot of education up there. What up, B?
Another one, guys, just popping back up on a volume scanner here. I was just double checking. 206 times relative volume today. For Telligent, TLGT, this thing had given back all of its pre-market move even before the open, which was right here. But just breaking day lows here through that 225 for TLGT. Guys.
Yeah, I thought I actually had that on my list. I guess I did not for some reason. That's going to be entirely on me on my quote board there. But I also want to get to another name, which you talk about giving moves back. Yeah, here comes CVAC. And, we talk about IPOs all the time here, Sean, and I know a lot of novice traders, it's probably a good thing, definitely not to day trade them. But in terms of, sort of swinging in and out of them, you've seen Nikola be successful when it came back in. We're watching CVAC. Open of 16 issue, 14 open, all the way to $100, and now coming all the way in. Lemonade did a similar move, and it wasn't even anything until it got down towards some of those opening day prices. If this breaks, below this sort of bottom we have at 57, we start getting into the 50 range. That could be interesting. The first bounce in Nikola was great. I think we're looking for the same thing in a CVAC here. The daily chart's not going to tell you a heck of a lot, but it's headed southbound. If it bounces off 50, it's going to be very interesting for me, both as a day trade and a swing. But I would stay away from it. That's just my opinion here. We'll get your thoughts on IPOs coming back out of Brennan, who has something for us. Raytheon
Technologies, just seeing a headline. They're doing some work in Alabama with schools in Alabama when it comes to providing them with some technology for preparing kids for technology careers, possibly. RTX up about 0.5% here. Not a huge move, but holding just below the 62.50 right now for Raytheon. Guys.
Thanks a lot there, Brendan. Sean, just your quick thoughts. Have you traded an IPO, day trade, swing trade, whatever it might be, or invested in one? If not, sort of what's your approach in terms of at least learning about them or jumping in the future?
I actually have played 2 IPOs.
Sweet.
Both you guys gave to me. I played Rocket when it got released. Held on to that, I think, for about 2 days till it started slipping down. Sold my position in that. CVAC, I got in right as it released. I know it dipped down to like the $36 mark. Bought into that. I was pretty confident. Woke up the next morning. It was almost at 100. And I exited all my positions right there because I could not see it going any further.
That's absolute perfection there. We talked about like 2 names that did that, Rocket, not Rocket, but Lemonade and CVAC. So this is what it's all about. We like to day trade them, of course, heavily when they do open up for us. But one thing, it's always about how big is the IPO? Does it have hype around it? We don't talk about every single one on the show. We get IPOs almost every single day. You'll only see us mention it if it's got volume, size, sort of hype behind the name that we think is going to be good for a day trade there. So I'm glad you were paying attention to a couple of the ones that we were active in some live trading. Sort of speaking of our good friend Rocket here, I mean, I haven't traded it yet today, but I am sort of watching after that initial break that it had here. It is trying to creep back to the upside. It's putting in a nice little consolidation. It wouldn't be a horrible idea to look for a top-end break of like a 2080. I've seen Rocket do this in the afternoon. It's sleepy right now, so I wouldn't touch it at lunchtime. If we get a break here at 2080, maybe it's worth a bit of a scalp trade. I think the afternoon could be even more interesting. The longer it holds the consolidation, the better I like the break. So let's watch Rocket maybe through 2080. I'm not going to put a trade on through there, not going to force anything. I'm basically flat, and I'm now looking back over at Overstock here. It put in the flush. I was hoping it would bounce off VWAP. That's going to be pretty much over and done with. It did give a little of a ramp here at 120. It looks like the trend to the upside has been broken on Overstock. One of the things I like to look for here is a break of trend or a continuation for some plays in the afternoon. Looks like Overstock, at least for today, might be done unless we get back above that 127 that we're watching here, guys.
Yeah, we like Overstock. Overstock's a crazy stock, that's for sure. Oh, look at TJX today. TJ Maxx falling down today. Not sure why. They may have or may have not reported. TJX, big mover just to the downside here, down 6+% today. Not really making too many moves here on TJX, but coming down to this VWAP may be a spot. Just one of those other names here that we talk about often on the show in the retail space. So TJX companies, I guess it's called right now, bouncing off, looking to get to this VWAP, 53 and change, down 6+%. Brendan, if there's anything on this one, that looks like it probably is earnings yesterday. 57, sorry? Oh, there it is. Companies, 214 million second quarter loss. So there it is. Thank you for that, Brendan. 57 and change. TJ coming through. Look at this top, though, guys. 54.70. So no surprise that it turns around off there. Let's see if it makes its way back. 54.70, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to quickly jump to Regeneron. We haven't made a trade in Regeneron, but worth noting, it's looking very, very strong. Brendan is always giving you the news on that one. Trying to take the top off here. The only issue is 240,000. So as much as a setup matters, the other thing you're going to care about is spread, liquidity. All of those factors will probably keep me away from this trade. The only positive here is worth noting is sort of looking at the daily chart, breaking back above the 50, some room towards the top, positive catalyst as well. So it's not a bad idea from a swing standpoint. Just a day trade there. I wouldn't be looking at this break to the upside on Regeneron. But it is all about having ideas going forward. Certainly we had the live news that came through just now. And I know it's only Wednesday, but tomorrow we've been talking about Uber and Lyft. Just worth noting for any of those that have been following that story, Uber is flat on the session today, but the deadline they had to make their employees in California, to make their drivers in California employees was tomorrow. We'll see what happens if they go forward, both pulling out or maybe that franchise option. Either way, that's going to be an important story if you're watching Uber or Lyft. Brendan, what do you got?
SC Works, WORX, big pop here on volume, guys. Just broke through $2, up 12% now. Was doing absolutely nothing all day long, and then just recently here, a bit of a ramp for WORX, guys.
Works.
I remember that. Was that on any news there, Brendan, or
just gonna check?
Okay. Yeah,
okay,
I mean
43.71. Yeah, we'll see if that's coming up. Nicola's coming near that. He'll check on Works for us and then look at that. But Nicola coming up to a spot here that I don't mind. This is a 3-minute chart. It's just this 70 area that we've talked about, a little bit of a level right here. If we can break through that, we'll give Nicola one more shot and then take it out if it does come back downside. But right now we're going to give Nicola one more shot. Oracle to the moon with the futures to the moon as well. I'm sure that your target is probably doing just as good right now. All the way back up here. It looks much cleaner on a 3-minute chart. So we switch up our charts now as it's 11:36. We're getting close to the kill time here on the show, but we are back at 1 o'clock here Eastern time. So we go off, take a little bit of a break, probably have salmon and or chicken for lunch, and then we will come back on the show. Yeah, every day, Sean. It's either salmon or chicken here, and it was salmon yesterday, so I'm going to go with chicken today.
I will literally not bet. There's no chance I would ever bet against. You'd have to give me some serious odds to bet against chicken the day after salmon. Look, one of the reasons why I'm watching Works here, and I'll get your opinion on this too, Sean. It's gonna be not you, Sean. Guess Sean. I'll get your opinion on this too. Worry. When we get a big parabolic move, where we get a big volume spike and something pops in, I don't want to trade blind. Maybe there's something, obviously there's something going on with Works. If you want to watch what happened, we'll go the other way here. You want to watch what has happened to this in the last few sessions. This opened back up after a long halt. It's been all downward action and bouncing off of sort of like a $1.50 to $2 level before. I'm not going to play this one blind because there's all kinds of room that this could still slide back in, down. And you look at the volatility the last few days here, just because it happens to look like a big move on the chart here, 40, 50 cents, it's come much further than that on the way back. So I don't want to trade blind. I want to make sure I know what's going on fundamentally here before jumping into the trade. It does look like obviously a bit of a strong base being made here at 2, and you just saw the daily. It could run. I mean, $5 is where this came from a few sessions ago here. But without news, I don't want to touch it. Sean, do you get like volume spike alerts or news alerts, or you just have stocks that'll make a move like this, and then you want to jump into them? Is this something you'll play? Do you like these types of breaks? Do you like trading ad hoc news that you weren't prepared for going into the day?
I do get several alerts. I keep an eye on several sites to see what's going on in the news, stock releases. I typically don't trade a stock that's run up this much, and compared, like you said, to the following weeks, it's just on a downward trend. I wouldn't trust a stock similar to this. So I'll typically stay away from something like that. I try to, if I see a potential in a company or a stock that's moving upwards, and over the last couple of trading sessions it's continued that upward trend, I might jump into it, but typically I'll stay away from those.
Yeah, you sort of along my lines. Wow, look at that interesting ghost look that we just had going on there. There was a ghost in this office like a couple of days ago. I mean, I was in here early by myself. I heard some crazy, weird noises, and then all of a sudden the TV goes off, and it's like, I don't know. I'm not one of those superstitious types, but no, hopefully that's all settled in. Look, I usually will be looking for a retracement. I'll be quite frank with you on a parabolic move up like this. If you catch a break, great. You know, you were maybe alerted to works and you had that sort of top end breakout trade, or maybe you got alerted to the volume spike and you caught it through like 180. Once it's gone this far, my gut reaction, unless there's something really, really strong as a catalyst, is I just want to be shorting it. So the question becomes, can I? Do we have locates? If I got to pay, how much do they cost? Is it worth it? How far can it pull back? And then find some key levels. And you're all doing that sort of very quickly on the fly there. You know, sort of you'll hear us talk about pay for locates all the time. Is that something you engage in? We talk about short selling, and you mentioned that that's something that you want to look into doing. Is that something that you factored in? I say it every single time when I pay for a short. You've got to make sure it's worth it. If you pay 10 cents, you can't sit there and make 1 or 2 pennies on a trade. And I've seen a lot of traders at times mix that one up there. So is that something that you're also paying attention to, supply and demand on that end, or is it something you want to learn about there, Sean?
So something I want to learn more about. I pay attention to a lot of the buyers and sellers. I'm in a couple different groups, and some of the groups I'm in are very knowledgeable. These guys have been doing it for 10 plus years, and they'll tell you, if they see more buyers and sellers or so on and so forth. I'll kind of go off base what they say plus your guys' knowledge. So that's what I make the majority of my decisions on. But yeah, I definitely want to learn more about the shorting.
Yeah, and sort of, as we say, watch out a Sorrento here, $11. Bit of a bid, and then this is the bottom, the opening range bottom. We did have that news in the morning here, but just watch out. I'm going to be shorting through that break. Just want to let you guys know.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the same thing there, but I don't have any orders out. I do not think, oh yes, I do. Okay, that's good. We do have that order out, so we'll wait to see if that one does break through. That is Sorrento to the downside. I was just looking at Kodak here as well, making sure where my targets are at 840, 841. If we can break that, I think we can try a long trade in Kodak, but it's getting close to the end. So we'll see if we did want that trade or not coming through on KODK. But my big one right now, I'm still waiting patiently. We've got Oracle. That's a 70 cent, 60 cent winner. Slade that dragon, so that's coming on. We still have that 10%, so that's a big trade. Jealous of your target hold so far today. DraftKings to the downside. We hit that one. That's been a very profitable stock for me. That and Target, DraftKings and Target, 2 nice stocks for me today, and that's about it. It's been a pretty slow day here today for me. Anyways, I'm waiting to put a trade on Nikola. That could come very, very soon. That's probably the next one to step up right now, 43.71. We'll see if Nikola wants to go high side with us here.
Yeah, we talk about our winners. We also talk about our losers here. And my worst stock of the day. Well, actually, we had thankfully we got out of Kodak pretty soon, so it's a smaller hit. But Gilead was just a completely wrong play here, trying to opening range break. The good news is we had a decent stop. I want to talk about accepting loss. You've got to take small cuts and don't sit there, averaging into trades when you're dead wrong. I did like it a little bit better if I was getting a better price on the break, but I did want the top end opening range break on Gilead. We ended up losing like the 30 pennies on it, which is not that bad. But if I hold on to it, you can see the damage that would have been done. This is sometimes a play I like, which is sort of a gap fill idea. Gilead, the negative news and was down. I'm looking for the break up. It didn't happen today. We talk about winners and losers, but look. Got to have an out, guys. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. Brennan, what do you got?
Yeah, no news on that one yet. That one that was parabolic there. We'll keep checking. But Trillium, another one here. Trillium Therapeutics moving higher, guys. 8% just popped up on a volume scanner. You can see big pop through 1025. Was a decent level if you go to the daily chart. This is recent highs for Trillium Therapeutics. Couple of upgrades on this one yesterday. Did absolutely nothing yesterday, and now today we're up 8.25%, guys.
Okay, I keep saying, I see you, Joseph, there. And again, if you want to become a member, definitely, like, this is why. Joseph, big time member as well, calling me out on Twitter all the time as well. Oh, look, you get the you get the fruit salad emoji now if you've been there longer than a month. So thank you, Joseph, for becoming that. And yeah, check out Facebook, man. I mean, a large holding of mine is Facebook. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this move upside. Now that 2% looking to go higher and higher, it seems like Facebook. Does anything ever stop this? I mean, my kid was like, oh, they're going to get in trouble because of some sort of data sharing problems. I said, okay, we'll wait to see about that. But right now, 270 to the upside. That's a good little break. Actually, it's 269. It looks like, yeah, we're not there yet, but we're getting close. What a great move. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Joseph. Brennan, I don't know if there's any news on this, but the market's heading straight northbound. So that's Facebook straight up here. This is a 3-minute chart. So if you go back about 30 minutes here, not even 30 minutes, 20 minutes, Facebook straight up $2. Wow. We'll have a look at Microsoft and Apple taking $2 trillion out today as well, with ease. Apple taking out $2 trillion.
Yeah, not even any troubles whatsoever. It was quickly looking back over at Twitter, and a couple of our viewers were watching this name settling down a little bit. So, you know, the idea that we had that maybe we would run up to that 40, we'll sort of file that away, put it in the back pocket for later on or maybe tomorrow. Brennan, some news for us?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this a little bit back an hour or so ago. Facebook employees internally questioning a policy on India content controversy. So that was the initial volume spike you saw back around 1040, 1045. I mean, it's a bit of a ho-hum kind of headline, but it was back here, or sorry, this is the wrong chart, but if you go back to 1040, 1045, that was when that latest story on Facebook came out, guys.
Thanks a lot, Brennan. And of course, there is our sponsor, Lewis Daniels Watch. Sean, look out for yours. You're fortunate to get one. I got mine on the wrist here. You see that bad boy, nice looking one. You can pick out the style that you like. I got the level 2 up here because a trade that I'll usually do at this time. I don't know why. I want to go short through 11. I think Sean was looking at a similar thing here. And this is the bid on 11 even on Sorrento that it just bounced off of. One of the advantages we have at Day Trade the World is, essentially not moving. You can put 1,000 shares on the bid and get filled. You make $2 doing it, but you can also just get long, 4 size in front of size, and then scalp this bad boy until it breaks. Usually, it's a style that if anyone that's looking to do this, each time it tests the level, I like it less. The first time it comes, it's even better. That's why I like Twitter. That's why I like Twitter in front of 44 if it gets there. But maybe would have been worth a look on SRNE. And my bias got the best of me because the first time it touched it and I saw the size, I was just thinking about going short as opposed to, hey, we can make a few bucks bouncing off of that. And even if it only goes 10 pennies, it can be a nice little winner for you. Pad the day there. Obviously, you talk about mostly swing trading, Sean. So, is getting past the PDT rule, getting more active in day trading, is that something you want to be able to do some of these different types of plays? Or do you want to maybe stick to that style of holding longer, the bigger winners? Either one works. So, who cares how you make money as long as you make it in this game? But is that something you'd look to expand to?
I do want to get past the PDT rule. I've touched pretty close to it a couple times. I want to learn more, get some more information before I jump in, because that'd be a way to either gain a lot of money or lose a lot of money. So I want to make sure I'm fully prepared before I jump into that. So I try to just cover all my bases and play it as safe as possible, because you never know what's going to happen with the stock market or the economy or what's going on with the whole coronavirus. This year's been twisting turns, so I just want to secure my spot as much as possible.
Yeah, I absolutely love sort of your approach, your attitude. It's like very, very mature. That's the word I've been sort of looking for here, and I think that's an important thing in this game. You'll definitely, there's going to be emotional highs and lows throughout trading. I think if you've got sort of a reasoned approach that you seem to do there with a level head, not afraid to take trades. You're not beneath anything. You're not above anything. That's the way I like to talk about it as a trader, certainly. So that's what it's all about, guys. I know you guys are yelling about plug, and I'm kind of kicking myself that we have not been, all over this name. It's starting to come back in here. That's that 14 that I was looking at. I just want to check to make sure if it breaks 14, I do have a sort of a stop trigger to go short on this as well. That's more of a VWAP retracement play that I like to do in and out, hopefully rather quick. It's counter trend in plug, and I also mentioned if it does bounce off like 13.50 or 60 in the afternoon, I'd like that play as well. But only about 10-12 minutes to go. You want to pick and choose your trades. SRNE looks like it could trigger. Plug possibly could trigger. It's no guarantee that it does, however.
I'm looking forward to finding out what's for lunch. I don't hear anything cracking there, so we're going to give that update to you guys when we get it. What is for lunch? But Kodak right here, having that break and not breaking, so we're going to wait to see if that does go. And then Nicola, I guess we picked the right level there. It does not break. It comes right up to it, then falls right back down. Would have been an excellent spot to go short there. Was not looking short myself, so definitely missed that opportunity on Nicola. But other than that, man, we have Rocket in the money, 22 cents. And we have Oracle in the money, 62 cents right now. Nothing else on board for this guy, as we'll wait to see what the next leg happens here in the futures. It looks like it may be coming back to the downside right here. We are getting also set up for our videos coming up right now. Valeria will be launching this upside right now, shorting why do stocks go down and how to make some money off of that. So any of you traders looking to get information on shorting, definitely check out that video. It should be a popular one. It was asked for. We've done one on it before, I believe. This is a new one, so some new ideas here on shorting. If you've seen our last one, make sure you definitely see that one. Did someone say chicken leg there, Chaz Desk? Yes, I don't know if they did or not, but there's the chicken dinner winners there. Maybe curry chicken, says Roki one. Would love to have some curry chicken here. We had tandoori chicken the other day. It was pretty good, pretty good. We'll wait to see what it is today. My guess is going to be some kind of like a steak sandwich, which would be cash money. So we'll wait to see if that does come through on that one. Are you a barbecue guy yourself there, Sean, or maybe a vegetarian? What's your meat and or non-meat of choice?
I am currently live in Sandusky, Ohio. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, so I'm obviously big on barbecue.
Yes, sir.
But I watch what I call barbecue because people, they think it's actual barbecue and it is not even close. So I'm very picky on my barbecue.
Good, good. Like the Italian food over on this side, but I'm very picky on barbecue as well, but we've been pretty good. Our caterer is pretty good on barbecue. We'll wait to see what does happen today, but nothing like some smoked ribs. You did hear my wife talk about grabbing some baby back ribs, so we'll put those in the smoker and smoke it not. Put it in your pipe and smoke it, but right here, we will be smoking some ribs this weekend, guys.
Yeah, I've never had barbecue down in Tennessee. That's actually a place I'd love to visit, but definitely been down in Dallas a couple of spots, and you get one of those big troughs, some like you said, smoked ribs, some brisket. You literally cannot go wrong.
Yeah, buddy.
There's nothing about like getting that like 11, 12 o'clock and then just falling asleep a nice warm day. Look, it's making me hungry, and now if we don't have a good lunch day, it's going to be a problem for me. We've talked about short selling obviously a lot. We got a video on it today, and the news. There's no news yet on Works, and I know Brandon's going to get it to us if there is any. It just made another bounce and is retesting the high. So I would love to be at least entertaining the idea of fading this move off of the high of day. But look, there's just no way I'm going to do it A, at lunchtime, and B, without knowing what is going on with this stock. And I see a move like that on volume, and then we have nothing in terms of what's going on. It might be a fantastic trade, and I'll miss out on a retracement of like 10, 15, maybe even 20%. But I'm just not going to do it blind, guys. Brandon, what do you got?
Yeah, still nothing on that Works. No significant headlines anyways. A lot of chatter online, but nothing as far as news to pass along. Same story on BDR for those, still wondering. This BDR still sitting here halted, news pending, remember, so there's no time frame on that. Typically, last headline or last update was 10:03 Eastern, I have, guys.
Wow. Yeah, you might have to wait that one out a while. I mean, certainly, you never really know what's going to happen with those volume spikes. I see someone's asking, like, Twitter short. Am I going Twitter short? At no point did I indicate I would short Twitter unless it got to $40. So, that's not a horrible setup. It's not the name that I wanted to be doing this in. I did take that plug trade through 14. That view up retracement I'll take a look at here. Maybe only giving it to like 14, 10 or so. Some tight stops on that type of a trade. If you're only looking to make 20 to 25, I'm willing to risk about 10 on it. But look, Twitter, if you're gonna put it in, whatever. You can go like 39.50 stop. It's only 10 cents worth of risk in case it comes back down. I have a trade like this on already. It looks like lunch is pizza, so that could be hit or miss. I'm going to lean towards miss. I've been big on at our home since the pandemic. We've been all about homemade pizza, which is A, fun because the kids, my daughter loves it, but B, it's just absolutely delicious. My wife makes fantastic homemade dough. I just don't even eat out pizza anymore. Don't even order it in there. Sean, I don't know about you, but sometimes that homemade is what it's all about, guys.
Yeah.
I like that brick oven pizza.
What was that, Sean?
Brick oven pizza is probably my favorite.
Oh, brick oven, yeah, brick oven, wood-fired pizza as well, but brick oven, yes, sir. Actually, the wife and I are going on a date tonight to this amazing pizza place where we live. So support your local pizza companies, that's for damn sure. Don't order Domino's too much. Those conglomerates are shutting down these mom and pop places. So we're gonna check one out tonight. Beautiful Italian place near where we're at. So yes, wood brick oven is very, very nice. Any trades you're looking at now? Moving forward, Sean, into the afternoon. Maybe Neil and I can talk about the symbols with you. If there's any sort of names on your watch here, you've talked about what you have on board right now. But if there's anything else that you possibly have as we just get out of some rocket right here for 11-cent win, not moving. I just got impatient with this one. Any setups you like right now at all?
There's only 3 I'm currently looking at. Watt was my big one today. I'm mostly out of that one, but I'll see how that goes later on. And then AVCO was another one I'm still actually in. I probably should have exited it out earlier, but I'm still kind of hovering around that one as well.
All right. Good trades there. Watt, we'll look at that. Have you made a trade on Watt yet today, Neil?
No, I haven't looked at Watt today. I'm gonna see if I can add it to my quote board there. I just we only have like 5 minutes to go, and I just want to alert to CVAC, which is continuing to slide to the downside. I mean, 62 looks like a heck of a far away, but if it does try to bounce back up, it just feels like it's been all sell. And if you want to join that party, I think maybe like a 60-61 in front of a 62 could work. I will go with, I don't know, it's basketball season, and I got rejected on that plug, so maybe I should have done Twitter instead of plug on the reversal, so we just lost 10 pennies on that one. So we have another negative stock. We can add plug to the list with Gilead there. I don't think the Lakers are in trouble, obviously running into a one loss. Every team is going to lose now and then. I don't know if you're a big sports fan there, Sean, but I know you made a few picks there. Sean Katina.
Yeah, yesterday I was on fire.
How'd you do with the Milwaukee and the Lakers game?
Yeah. So Blazers and Lakers. I had Blazers plus 6.5. So yeah, like I said, we're not only cashing in winners on the market, but we're cashing in there as well. So I had Blazers 6.5 and not parlayed, but I also did have Rockets plus 1. So we go 2 for 2 again. We're perfect so far in the NBA playoffs. I like the Raptors first half today. So
you didn't touch the Bucks?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't touch the Bucks. I just touch those 2 games there. I don't play every game, but those are the ones on board. It's good to have playoffs back, at least in one sport right now, as the Maple Leafs are down. I guess being from down south there, are you a big football fan? And if not, where do your sports allegiances lie, if any at all, Sean?
I'm definitely a huge football fan. Tennessee Titans all the way.
There we go.
Tennessee Vols, those are my guys. So I love football all around. Not a big baseball guy. I used to be when the Braves are still around with Terry Pendleton and Maddox and all those guys. But
John
baseball
Smoltz.
kind of fell off me. John Smoltz, Rocker.
Yo, what's
Chipper
up to Vince
Jones.
Young? What's your boy Vince Young doing right now? Isn't he Tennessee?
He's Texas. Look, I'll tell you.
Texas.
Yeah, he's Texas now.
I'll give you one right now because one of my fantasy season was absolutely tanked by Cordero Patterson, who I loved in college. I thought he was going to be a big-time star. And, I sort of stay away from, look, nothing against the Vols. I don't have much of a I like Michigan State as a team there, we're, of course, in the North. But, fantasy, I love fantasy. I was literally about to talk a bit about DraftKings here because if we're going to talk about sports, we sort of have to talk about the price action you're seeing here. Make sure you're watching anybody that's sort of trading along with these names. Make sure you're watching what's going on in the college game with the NFL. Those are 2 big headwinds that you're going to find for all of these names. I mean, daily fantasy sports is huge. Sports betting in general. Sometimes you want to maybe pivot to something which has a sort of casino exposure because that betting will always be there when you're talking about a DraftKings or maybe versus like a Penn, something along those lines. But Brendan's got something for us. What do you got, buddy?
Minutes ago, guys, it's about that time. We are going to be back a little bit later on this afternoon. About 1 p.m., we will discuss the following. Yeah, all of those great topics coming up. We'll sit down for about an hour, as we do every single Wednesday, to discuss a whole bunch of educational topics. So join us, won't you, Sean included? Please join us. 1 p.m. to have a chat about all of that is coming up. Let's have a look now at what is coming up after market tonight and before the open tomorrow as far as earnings. Big names on this board, guys.
Yeah, BOVESPA and NVIDIA, right? So, I mean, obviously that's going to be the big one. I know, Sean, you were looking at NVIDIA. It was yesterday's trade in NVIDIA. Alibaba is one that we kind of, I don't know. Like we used to trade it very heavily, certainly on the show a few months ago. But I think it's going to be in play tomorrow. I think we're going to stick with some of the retail names as well, and I'll be all over any one of these COVID names that makes a move. Usually, I'm going to be jumping into them. Earnings, is that something you watch there? Other Sean, guest Sean here. Are you involved in earnings as a catalyst? Are you looking at anything on that board?
I have dabbled in earnings as a couple plays. Typically, it has not gone well for me when I do, but I try to keep an eye out for some of the bigger companies. Like NVIDIA would be one for me, because I get involved with AMD a lot. So any of those tech companies, I'll try to pay attention to a lot, but it's all hit or miss for me usually.
Yeah, look out for tomorrow. Look out for NVIDIA to announce that they are also splitting as well. What's up, Valeria?
Thank you very much for joining us today. I wish you a great rest of the trading day and all the luck on your trading path. Hope you will join us today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And hey, trading family, thank you very much for all the support. Welcome all the new members and all the new subscribers. And guys, if you didn't like this video yet, please smash the like button right now. Just 1 second and you will make us happier. So we will see you at 1 p.m. for our live educational class at the link I'm sending on the chat. And for now, watch our next educational video about on how to go short. And guys, happy soft ice cream day, everyone.
All right, yeah, my kids are loving soft ice cream. Not the best, of course. You know, the generic. What is the hard ice cream? Just normal ice cream? Myself being Italian, obviously gelato, near and dear to my heart. But Sean, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? As I try to speak properly.
I'll show you.
Uh-oh, he's
got it. It's Ben & Jerry's, but I can't. There we go.
Cookie dough, yeah, cookie dough. We love Ben & Jerry's. Don't they have like chocolate monkey or something like that? It was banana in there as well. I haven't had Ben & Jerry's in a while, but good look there. Nice to have that. I love how you have your ice cream basically right there on demand at your trading station. So you win a station of the century right there.
I'm loving it. Rum and raisin for me, that's the way to go. Like absolutely will die for rum and raisin ice cream. Get it when I can. I'd love to find, look, you gotta, before we get out of here, why do you have ice cream at the station? Is that lunchtime right now for you? A celebration for the wins?
I've actually got a mini fridge here that keeps some drinks and energy drinks and stuff in. So I was, me and my girlfriend watching a movie last night, and I kind of put it in there for now. So you guys mentioned it, I thought I'd bring it out. It's delicious, and I'll eat it all the time.
Awesome. You gotta reward yourself. I love it as well. Big thanks to you, Sean, for coming through. Thank you for that tweet. Check him out there on Twitter. If we get his handle, we can pop it in the chat. Fantastic and cool trader setup. We love to see what you guys are all working with. We love having you on. Enjoy your Lewis Daniels watch. It's been an exciting morning. We still have, of course, at 1 o'clock, we're doing on our Market Wisdom one of our videos. 5 separate topics we'll be covering today. Short selling, what we wish we knew when we started out trading. I'm going to go down the line here, guys. Valeria doing a fantastic job as always. And of course, my good friend, there's a dance. I guess we got to 1,000, right? That's what it means. My good friend Sean Katina crushing it as well. And Brendan getting all over some of these halts and other news that we did have coming through. Watch out if you watch that BDR. You have no idea when it's going to open back up. I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Sean.